Do it again, midnight. Do it again.
Hey, Aunt Post.
Hello, Betty, love. You need to come in so early, you know.
Oh, go on. I'd only sat at home twiddling my thumbs. Might as well come and give you a hand. The look of it, you could do with one.
Hey, hang on. I haven't finished with the marmalade yet.
Mrs. Walker have a blue fit if she could see her table.
Oh, well, she's not here, is she?
Lucky for you, she's not. It's a card from her there.
And she was on the phone this morning at the crack of dawn. Wanted to know if this joint was still in one piece.
Oh, did you say out?
What about?
See, Creswell and get in a pub of your own.
What do you take me for? There's no point in getting her all worked up, is there? I mean, not until there's something definitely on the cards, like.
Do they have anything in mind, Fred?
They do, as a matter of fact. Mechanics.
Commercial Road?
Don't say it like that, Betty. Well, I know it's not exactly this place.
Don't let Mrs. Walker hear you mention it in the same breath, Fred.
It's smaller.
Yeah, more room in a rabbit hutch.
Still. Be a place of my own, wouldn't it? Somewhere where I can put a few ideas of my own, you know, instead of being flipping told what to do all the time.
Yeah. Fred, what brought this sudden rush of blood to your head in the first place? I mean, you're not badly done to here, love.
Well, I know, but for how long? I mean, look what nearly happened. What would have happened if Billy had taken over? I mean, where would I have been then?
He didn't, did he?
Well, he could have done, couldn't he? Oh. Mrs. Walker's not going to run this joint forever, you know. Oh.
You don't want to let her hear you saying that.
Well, she isn't, is she? I mean, she could pack in at any time. Where would I be then?
Yeah, I see what you mean. But there's still the problem, Fred. I mean, you've got to be wed to get a pub on your own, love.
Oh, well, I thought an hotel, have I?
Well?
Well, what?
What are you going to do?
Get a missus, Anna.
Oh, flipping, it's cold.
I'm not surprised. It's been poured out nearly half an hour.
Well, I dropped off again, didn't I?
Don't you always? I don't know how you got to work when you were single.
Where's me snapback?
It's here.
All right, then, I'll see you.
Don't you forget.
What?
Langton.
Oh, aye.
Never mind I like that. You spell it out for 'em. Fairclough and Langton need 3,000 quid. We found it last time, now it's their turn.
Yeah, all right.
We can't afford to carry 'em, Len. I don't know what's up with you.
Look, supposing they do get a second mortgage, how are they going to pay it back with Scotch Mist?
Well, that's their worry. I mean, they're happy enough to take their share at profit, aren't they? So they should take their share at mucky end at stick and all.
Aye, all right, then leave it with me, eh?
You'll tell him.
If I have to.
Meaning?
Well, I've got something else in mind.
What?
Just leave it with me, eh?
You're daft, you know that, don't you? You just heap trouble on yourself.
All that I'm trying to do is to work out what's best for all of us. If I haven't worked anything out by dinner time, I'll have a word with him, eh?
You'd better, because if you don't, I will. And I won't go all round the houses, Len.
See.
Look, it's not just something you jump into, Fred, you know, isn't marriage.
Well, I wouldn't be jumping into it. I've been thinking of it for a long time. We had a good marriage, me and Edna, until she died, and then, well, just as if the ground had been pulled away from under me. Anyway, times change, and I thought I might have another go, if the right woman came along.
Oh, I see.
No, I reckon that'll be easy.
Eh?
Well, not getting any younger, am I?
Oh, don't be so daft. You're in the prime of your life, lovey.
Right, with the prospect of having our own place, I thought might swing it, you know, good home, security.
Yeah.
And she'd be somebody, you know.
Look, to be a good few jump at the prospects, love. Don't go selling yourself short.
I wish I could be sure.
You can. You'll be a smashing catch for somebody, love.
All right, take you, for instance.
Me?
Aye. Well, we're good enough mates. You know the trade. I think we could run a place real smashing.
We could.
Yeah. I mean, what if I was to ask you?
You're not going to, are you?
Well, suppose I did.
Be a daft idea, wouldn't it?
There you are.
Look, Fred, I don't want to get married. I don't want to move to the mechanics. I'm happy enough where I am. I've been here years. It's just like a second home to me, love.
Yeah.
Look, Fred, it's got nothing to do with you. Honestly. You make a real good go of it with the right girl, mark my words. Look, I don't think you'll have to look very far, love. There'll be ever such a lot that'll jump at the chance. Pub or no pub.
Good morning.
There ought to be a law against folks as chirpy as you this time of the day.
Well, you know me, kid. Laugh a minute. Life's for the living.
Yeah.
Cheers, Fred. It might never happen. Although it might.
She's card, isn't she? But she does buck you up.
Yeah, she does.
Think so?
Got you working for her now, is she?
Oh, I'm just doing a bit of stock taking, you know, while it's quiet.
No, bloke. They've got 6 months for that.
What, stock taking?
Yeah, used to take it home with him every night. And how is the light of my life this morning?
Do you know, I wouldn't be knowing, but I'm not so bad if you're asking.
Oh, I was. Now, look, I want some cigars, only bigger than I normally have. I've got a couple of important clients. What you got?
Well, we don't have much.
Look, give us that box here. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks.
Chose the right time to stock up with that, didn't you? Licensed to print money, so I've heard.
You reckon, do you?
Oh, come on. Big profit in that.
Yeah, would be if we could sell it.
I don't believe that.
Oh, it's true. Well, round here anyway. Beers go like a bomb, but it's wines and spirits.
And you could help.
Me?
Well, you don't seem to be buying as much scotch as you used to.
Ah, well, I do most of my drinking in the Rovers or any other five-star hostelry, you know.
Yeah, for the company.
Right, better than drinking alone, so I'll tell you what. You find me the right company, and I'll take the whole stock off your hands. See ya.
Right.
I could find us some company, tailor-made.
Oh, yeah.
A certain lodger of ours.
You never give up, you, do you?
Not till we get this place to ourselves, no.
Married? No missus, no pub. He set his heart on it. But who? That's the big question, lovey. Yes, sir.
Has Alf been in, do you know, love?
I've not seen him. Do you want a pint?
No, I better not. I'm supposed to be working, really.
Aren't you having a drink?
Well, that's very kind of you if you're twisting my arm, yeah.
Me?
Yeah, you just asked me if I wanted a drink. You heard him.
Up, loud and clear.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't eat. Give me half.
No, make it a scotch.
Eh?
It's all right, I'm paying. You better fill his up and all.
Oh, can't wait.
How is it I'm not filling Yates's pot up as well, then?
Well, he's barred from here, isn't he? Barred from Flying Horse, too. He's not very happy, is Harry, is he?
Well, it might not be, but my pocket is. Hello, Alf. I'm glad you came in, mate. What are you going to have?
I'll have just a half, love.
Just another half, please. I think. Tell them. I think it's quieter over there, mate.
What can I do you for?
Well, it's this little bother I've got with the hotel, you know, the fire. Everything's gone, all the gear.
What about the insurance?
No, it was just the building that was insured.
Oh, hell's fire.
Indeed, yeah. It's all a write-off. But if I can replace the stuff, we can carry on with the job. I mean, I'll be working for next to now, but at least it'll keep my head above water.
I see. Where do I come in? Cheers.
Well, Alf, I wouldn't come to you if I wasn't desperate. But if I can get enough money together to replace all the stuff that's gone up in smoke, it'll only be for a few weeks.
What, you mean you want me to lend you?
Yeah. Now, Alf, I wouldn't approach you if I wasn't desperate, believe me. I can pay you back any sort of interest you like. I mean, I'll even make out a loan agreement if you want to.
Oh, I'm sorry, Len, mate. I don't have that sort of brass. I mean, I put a lot of brass in the business, you know. I mean, she'd taken out a hefty mortgage. I paid a lot of that off. And she wanted one or two things for the shop. And I promised her some new furniture. There'd be a few quid, but nowhere near the amount you're looking for.
Oh. Oh, well, I thought, well, with you just having sold your house, that you'd be flush, you know.
Yeah, well, I haven't sold it, have I? They've given back word last minute. Typical.
Oh, well, I've got everything wrong, haven't I? Alf, look, will you do me a favour, mate? Just forget I mentioned it.
Look, mate, I wish I could help, honest.
Aye. Done.
Oh, are you going, love?
Yeah.
I'll not be long. I just want a word with Bet while I remember.
Ah, right.
Anything wrong?
No, love?
Hello, love.
Hello, love.
I just want a word with Bet if she's not too busy.
Bet.
Coming on, master?
Really wants you.
Hello, love. It's about them two jumpers from your mail order catalogue, you know. I didn't know which one to have.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think I'll take them both.
He last at big spenders. Hang on, I'll have to alter my list.
By the way... I didn't look yet.
What about?
You're supposed to be looking for another flat.
I am.
Give us a large Scotch pen.
Hang on a minute, love.
I'll get that.
You're not my favourite barmaid, Blondie is.
Oh, she's busy.
She's never too busy for me, are you, darling?
I'm always too busy for you.
I don't know why you keep fighting against it. I don't really. Won't taste the same, you know.
Well, if you don't like it, you can lump it. And in case you've forgotten, she has got a name, you know.
Charming. Who's your friend then?
Just a fella I happen to know. Who knows how to treat a lady when he sees one.
Very true, Bet. I do.
5 minutes, you said.
I've been doing you a favour, haven't I?
So how'd you get on then?
I didn't.
The bank turned you down.
I haven't been to the bank. I had another idea.
And?
That didn't work either.
Look, we need that money fast, and the only way we're going to get it is through the bank.
By putting the cabin up as security.
Right.
Like we did the last time.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I managed to raise 3,000 quid on the cabin, didn't I?
Yeah. And if you don't raise another 3,000 fast, we might as well kiss the lot goodbye.
I raised that money on my property, right?
So?
I thought this was supposed to be a partnership.
Meaning?
Meaning it's about time you put your 4 penneth in and all.
Me?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to raise that kind of cash?
It's your problem. I'm not joking, mate. It's your turn.
No way!
Oh, yes, it flaming is. Look, we got 2 alternatives, haven't we? We either raise enough cash to replace that stuff that went up in smoke, or we both had it. And you're in this just as much as I am. That loan was to Fairclough and Langton, so it's up to you to get your finger out.
But I've hardly got enough put by to pay the gas bill, and I've got a wife and a kid to feed, remember? We've not exactly been coining it in here these past few weeks, you know.
Well, we just have to do what I did. Borrow it.
Borrow against what?
On your house. I mean, it's bound to be worth a few more £100 than when you first moved in.
Up the mortgage?
Yeah. Or get a second one.
That's not going to raise 3 grand, no
Well, no,
way.
but it will help, won't it?
How the heck do you think I'm going to pay 2 mortgages? I've got enough on me back with 1.
It's only a temporary measure to get some quick cash, and if we don't get it, you can't even pay off that mortgage. We're in stuck, Ray. I've done my bit. It's up to you to do yours now. Partner.
Looking for me, are you?
No, should I be?
Well, I expected you out before now. I mean, you're not usually this long when you go to the wholesalers.
No, I had some shopping to do.
Oh, only but when it got to 1 o'clock, I mean, with me being on my own all morning, well, I had to drop the latch for half an hour. But after all, I am entitled to get my dinner.
Mavis, love, I'm not remotely interested in the story of your life. I'm looking for my husband.
Oh, well, I haven't seen him.
Hey, hello.
Hey, have you seen Len?
We were in what? About an hour since, but it went against Sharpie.
Tar. Where the heck have you been?
I've been grafting, haven't I?
Well, I phoned you when I got back. Langton said you'd left.
I just went for some petrol, that's all.
Did you tell him?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He's going to see the Building Society this afternoon.
Good. He can buy me a drink, and Mavis I shouldn't want it.
Hello.
Right.
Oh, do us a favour, will you? We've run out of change. Can I let me have some?
Yeah, what do you want? 5 or 10?
Tenner do nicely.
Ta. Taken to it, you won't you?
Hey?
Like a duck to water.
What?
Well, the shop.
Oh, yeah, it's not bad. I don't know how Rini managed before, you know.
No regrets.
You what? I've got a lovely wife. Independence.
I might be treading the same path myself shortly, Alf.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to the brewery about getting a pub of my own, you know.
Oh, looks promising, does it?
Very. When I find a missus.
Missus?
Aye, well, they only want married couples just now, you know.
Oh.
Well, don't say it like that.
Well, it is a bit of a problem.
There's no problem. I'll just have to get wed, won't I?
Anybody I know?
Well, got 1 or 2 ideas, yeah.
Well, I wish you luck, mate. I was lucky, you know, finding Rini right under my nose, so to speak.
Fred, toss us that pot towel, will you, cop?
It's funny how things work out.
Right under your nose, you said, eh?
Yep.
That's the second time somebody said that to me today. Or something similar.
Oh, love, what are you doing here?
I've just come to see you out fish and chips for your dinner. I've just got back from shops.
Is it that time already?
Yeah, past it.
Where's Tracy?
She's with Emily Bishop for 5 minutes. Well, yes, no.
Yes, and double chips.
Right, be on the table in 10 minutes.
Hang on. Hey, do you think Emily would have her for half an hour this afternoon or not?
Yeah, I'm sure she will, but I'm not going anywhere.
You are. We are.
Oh, yeah. You going to tell me now, or is it a surprise?
Building Society.
Building Society?
Yeah.
Well, what do they want to see us for? We've not fallen behind with payments, have we? Anyway, I thought we paid by banker's order.
Well, we do. And they don't want to see us. We want to see them.
What for?
See how much more mortgage we can squeeze out of them.
Us?
Yes, us.
But I thought Len was going to borrow it against the cabin like last time.
Well, so did I, but he isn't. He reckons it's our turn.
Well, we've now. Now like that, any road.
That's what I told him. But he says we should try for a second mortgage. It won't raise what we want in, but it'll help.
Oh, no.
What do you mean, oh no?
Just what I said. Oh, no. No chance.
Got no choice, love. We're already in for £3,000.
Look, just hang on a minute, hang on. Before I got wed, I used to dream of having a place of my own, a husband of my own, kids of my own, and now I've got it. Sorry, we've got it. I mean, I know it's not a palace, and by the time we finish paying the bills, we haven't even enough to run a car, but I'm not complaining because it's ours. Yours, mine, and Tracy's. Now, the minute we start bumping that mortgage up, we're not going to be able to manage. And the minute we can't pay, we'll lose it. The whole flaming lot, so forget it.
It'll not come to that.
You're damn right it won't, because I'm not going to let it.
It'll not be for that long.
I seem to remember Fairclough saying that last time, and look what happened.
Look, either we raise that cash or we go under. That is a fact.
Well, not starve. You're not unemployable, you know.
Well, I never thought I'd see the day when my old missus put the boot in.
Look, Ray, I know you've got a problem. We've got a problem. All I'm saying is you're going the wrong way about it. I mean, even if the business does go under, at least we'll have a roof over our heads. A roof we work flipping hard for.
All right, if that's the way it is.
Yes, I'm sorry, that's the way it is. Oh, and if you're getting any bright ideas about going to the building society on your own, forget it, because it's in joint names.
And you'll just stand by and watch us go under without lifting a finger?
It won't come to that.
It flaming well will, you know.
Listen, if this little lot does go under, who stands to lose most by it, you or him?
Well, he does.
Yes. And do you honestly think he's going to stand by and let that happen? Or his missus? There. Don't say I never give you now.
Oh, Tarlo. Where's yours?
I'm not having one. I've got some shopping to do. She's going to miss you. You're pankering off, you know.
Yeah, I know. Still, you've got to think of number one these days, haven't you?
You don't have to tell me that.
Hey, I say, what do you think of the idea? You know, me taking my own pub.
Best thing you could do, Fred.
You reckon?
Of course I do. You'd be doing all this for yourself for a start, wouldn't you? There's nought like being your own boss, having your own independence.
Even if it's the mechanic's arms?
Well, what's up with it? It's a bit smaller than here, but if it were your own place...
You take it.
What? Be like giving me Marks and Spencer's. See you later, Fred.
Yeah. Time for the tea.
No trouble. It's not like needing a new hat, you know. It's your livelihood I'm talking about. All our livelihoods.
She'll have nought to do with bumping up the mortgage.
Oh, I see. So you're quite happy to sit back and let us do the forking out while you just cream off your share of the profits. Is that your idea of a partnership? Because you can tell that wife of yours it isn't mine.
That is Deirdre's home you're asking me to put on the line. Now, I've told you. I'd have a go for my part, but if she says no, she's perfectly entitled. And while we're on the subject, if it hadn't been for her, that yard would have gone to the wall years ago. So just you remember that before you start accusing her of not caring.
Hang on.
Oh, you've woke up, have you?
I said hang on. Before we start mudslinging here, let's just remember one thing. We've got everything to lose and nothing to gain in this. So let's find a way out of it before we start bursting each other's eardrums.
Well, I don't want no aggro.
Of course you don't.
We need 3,000 quid, right?
Which we could raise on the cabin.
No, we couldn't.
Will you stop it before I bash your heads together? If we can forget the cabin, we can forget your house. Now, where are we going to raise that kind of money?
Well, this place must be worth a few bob.
I am trying to be practical, right?
Right.
The cabin's out, our house is out, your house is out. So where do we go from there?
Well, I've got out, I can tell you now. And all my millionaire friends are in Tenerife at the moment.
Ray, we can well do without your jokes.
Yes, well, it is a joke cracking on. I've got that kind of lolly.
Hang on. Tenerife.
What about it?
Eric Summers. He's just come back from there. Somebody was telling me this morning.
Who the heck's Eric
A
Summers?
fella that comes in Gatsby.
Oh, well, we needn't waste time talking about him, need we?
He's a nice fella who just happens to be loaded.
Yeah, there usually are those fellas that go in the Gatsby, aren't they?
And he once said to me, if ever I fell on hard times, not to hesitate, he'd lend me as much as I wanted, no strings attached.
Well, there you are, then. What? You heard her. Fella falling over himself to spread a little happiness, no strings.
He's not spreading it in the direction of my missus.
It wouldn't be like that. I know him.
Where's the harmony?
No!
All right, then. You're the one with all the answers. Let's have some.
Yes, love. We're seeing a lot of you today, aren't we?
Yes, could I just have a bit of lemon, please, Mrs.
Yes,
Turner?
of course.
Okay, then, the same again.
All right.
Thanks very much, Mr. Baldwin.
Going anywhere nice?
Oh, I've been actually.
What, this early?
Yeah, to the pictures, you know, first house. Oh, I just felt I had to escape for a couple of hours. You know, I don't know what's got into Rita today. She's been unbearable all afternoon.
Has she?
Yeah, I think it's something to do with this business of the fire.
Could be, yes, but it's a very worrying time. But then again, it could be worse.
Yeah, but they have lost a lot of money in it.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, I wish it hadn't happened to Rita.
Hey, Alan.
Oh, thank you.
Now, you sure you don't want anything a bit stronger in there?
No, thanks. No, give me a headache at this time of night.
Oh, you do suffer, don't you, Mavis?
Yes.
Calm down, like that is not human.
Look, Stanley, as long as I'm in charge, Eddie Yates stays barred. Now, what Mrs. Walker does is entirely up to her.
But his place is here beside me. Have you noticed? Nobody stood there all night.
I'm sick of all the sob stuff. Eddie Yates is barred and he stays barred.
And I've got no one to sup with. He's my mate.
I'm sorry, Stan. I didn't think you missed him that much.
Oh, I do.
I'll tell you what to do. Go and do your supping where he does his supping, wherever that may be.
Okay.
Everything all right, Fred?
Couldn't be better, love. Thanks to you.
Me?
Wouldn't have to look far, you said. And you were right.
You don't mean,
Our bet, little darling.
Hey, up. What do you reckon to that one?
no good.
How do you know?
That's her husband.
And another one bites the dust.
Oh, I shouldn't go fretting on his account, love. I reckon he's made his mind up already.
Yes?
Yeah.
Go on. I've been watching him all night. Had a notice.
You've not been standing where I have, love. I'm telling you.
Somebody he knows well enough to pop the question to.
Yeah. Any time now, I should think.
Betty,
Yeah.
you got a minute left?
Right,
Oh,
Olive.
Betty,
Well,
don't leave me in suspense. Who is he?
well, seeing as you're asking.
I am.
It's you, love.
Yes, you've got a sandwich, love. Do you want a sandwich? I'll have cheese and onions. Have some more kissing anyway. Have a drink yourself, will you?
Hello, sunshine.
Lovely day, isn't it? Hey, it's too nice to be stuck in here all day.
Oh, well, that's life, innit? Mind you, a lovely sunny day like this, I'd have tables and chairs outside me. In fact, that's what I do if I get my own pub.
Did you have a word with her?
Oh, Bet, you mean?
Yeah, did you ask her?
Well, no, I didn't get a chance, you know.
You must have got it wrong.
You know what Acres like? Look, Fred wants his own pub. Now, Newton and Ridley are quite willing to put him in one, but he must be married. It's a sort of rule they have. Every licensee's got to be a married man.
What if he does need a wife? Why pick on Bet?
Well, he don't know that many women, does he? Anyway, why shouldn't he fancy her?
Well, he's never given any hint of it before. Well, not to my knowledge, anyway. I'm sorry, love, I just can't see them two as a matching set.
Well, he's not a bad sort of a bloke, you know. And let's face it, she's not likely to get any other offers, is she? Not at her age. And she'd have a good home to go to. And we'd be shut of her.
Oh, that's why you're full of it.
Well, I'm getting a bit fed up of walking in the bathroom and going through a thicket of her underwear. That's when I can get in the bathroom. I'm sick of it, I am straight.
Do you know? And I'm sick of you going on about it, if you must know.
Hello, young lovers.
Hello, love, there's some tea in pot if you want it.
No, I had a cup on my way through.
You're just going to work, are you, love?
Another day, another dollar, Alf. We're away to earn a living, eh?
Oh, I don't know. What about all them men, you know, that you must meet behind the bar?
At the end of the day, love, there's just so many arms with mugs on end.
Well, it could be worse, you know. I mean, at least you work with some nice people. I mean, look at Fred, he's a nice chap.
Fred?
Yeah, we were just saying, weren't we, love? What a nice bloke Fred is.
Yeah, we were.
How long have you two been wed? 3 months, is it? And this is the sort of conversations you have?
Well, we were just saying what a steady sort of a bloke Fred was, you know. There's a lot of fellas today, you know, you never know where you are with them. But Fred is, well, he's dependable.
You know, it's funny you should say that, Alf. Because it's something I've often thought.
Is it?
Many a time. Only this morning I was lying in bed and I thought to myself, take Fred. Take Fred, I thought. He's steady and he's dependable. You know exactly where you are with him.
Well, it's a big thing, that, you know.
Yes. You're behind the bar of the Rovers, handing out pint pots. That's where you are with him.
Oh, look.
Yeah?
Oh, get on again.
It's time I weren't here. But I shall look at Fred with new eyes following our little chat, Alf. Tra.
So,
Do you know, as a matchmaker, you've no future at all.
she could do a lot worse than Fred G. A lot worse.
Well, she could think she could do a lot
Well,
better.
that'd make her a good husband. and we be shut of her.
Shall I give him a ring?
No.
I'm only trying to help, love, otherwise I wouldn't suggest it.
If you want to help me, Rita, just forget about the whole damn thing.
Oh, you're just being unreasonable. Look, when I was singing at the Gatsby,
All those days are ended now.
he once said to me if I'd any cash problems, have a word with him and he'd arrange something.
I can imagine what he'd like to arrange.
He wasn't like that. Now, don't you think I know the difference between a line of chat and a genuine offer?
Look, Rita, love, I don't give a damn what this fella said to you in the good old days. I am not borrowing money off one of your fancy men.
I never said they were good old days. Eric Summers was not my fancy man. We chatted a couple of times. He gave me a lift home. Never even come in the flat.
Leave it. I'm going back to the bank again.
No, I won't leave it. You're just being unreasonable. Look, can't you get it into your head? A woman can be friendly with a man without it meaning they're sleeping together.
You're just kidding yourself, you know. The kind of fellas that go into the Gatsby are after women for just one thing.
Does that include you? Because you went in Gatsby.
So I know what I'm talking about, don't I? Look, it's me that wants to borrow this money, not you. I'm willing to lay the cabin on the line as security, but I'm not willing to lay you on the line.
It wouldn't be like that.
He's so flaming stubborn, that's what gets me. I mean, if it had been his idea to borrow off this pal of Rita's, it'd have been different.
Well, she said she was going to try and talk him into it.
Well, I hope she flaming does. If we can't raise the money, we'll have to forget the contract.
Oh, I'm not so sure I'd be so flipping sorry.
Well, give over. We've got to get back what we've lost before we make a penny for ourselves.
There's other jobs.
Yeah, but not this big. Any road we've turned down work for this, we've got to go through with it.
All right.
Well, what about it then? Are we going to talk to this fella?
Talk to which fella?
This pal of Rita's.
I'm not going anywhere near him.
Oh, come on, Len, you're just being awkward. We've got to have this money, and according to Rita, he's the bloke we can get it from.
Oh, no, mate, you can forget that. I'm not going cap in hand for some money to some sugar daddy who fancied my missus.
Oh, and it flipping marvellous, eh? The money's there for the asking, and just because he used to be friendly with Rita...
Look, leave it, Ray. I mean, if Len feels that strongly enough about it, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, well, it's not good enough for me. To me, it's just being thick.
I think it's you that's being thick. Look, put yourself in my shoes for a minute. Supposing Deirdre came to you and told you about some fella you'd never heard of who's willing to give her some money.
Well, so what? If there's a chance of raising the cash, I wouldn't hesitate.
You wouldn't.
I flaming mean it. I wouldn't hesitate. I'd snatch his hand off.
That's the difference between you and me, isn't it?
The difference between you and me is I trust my missus.
You what?
I said I trust my missus, which is obviously more than what you do.
You're looking for a thumping, mate.
Look, could I say something, please? We're in enough trouble, and you two falling out with each other isn't going to help one little bit. So could we just stop acting like a bunch of spoiled kids, please?
She's right, you know. She's got more sense than the pair of us.
Hello. Could I speak to Eric Summers, please? Will you tell him it's Rita Littlewood? Thank you. Hello, Eric. Well, it's Rita Fairclough now. I got married since I last saw you. Oh, I bet you said that to all the girls.
Quiet this dinner. Thank the Lord.
Yeah. Don't mind me saying, love, but are you avoiding Fred or what?
What makes you think that?
Well, when he's in here, you're not. And when he isn't, you're avoiding him, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm going to carry on doing it and all.
But look, if he is after you, you can't go dodging him. And if he does want to marry you, it doesn't make him a monster or something, you know.
Betty, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, please yourself, then. Look, but I think it's downright silly. Two grown-up people behaving like this. You're not a couple of kids playing a game of rally-o.
It's none of your business.
No, it's not, and I'm sorry I spoke.
Well, I'm sorry I just bit your head off. Maybe you're right. Perhaps if Fred has got something on his chest, it's best to get it over with.
Oh, you make it sound like something awful. I mean, if he does propose to you, well, it's a compliment.
On the other hand, it might be a proposition. Still, I've not had many of them lately. It's very worrying.
Oh, well, quiet today.
Yeah, we were just saying that, weren't we, love? Yeah.
I've just made some sandwiches. They're in the living room.
Oh, great. Well, I tell you what, Fred, why don't you hold the fort while me and Betty have our dinner, and then we'll come back and you can get your dinner.
Well, actually, Bet, I was hoping for a private word like
Well, actually, I'm not very hungry, so go and get your dinner.
I'm not hungry either.
No.
It's a lovely bit of ham, bone shoulder.
No, I can't leave her on her own to cook.
Oh, don't be so daft. I've seen busy at funeral parlours. Go and get your dinner.
Yes. Well, give us a shout if you get a rush on.
Give us a pint in there, Betty.
Hey, Stan, cast your mind back, love, to when you and your Hilda were courting. How did you, pick your moment for tackling, for the proposal?
I don't remember. It was Caroline, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, you'd have to be, wouldn't you?
There's tea in the pot.
Right, well, I'll be mother then.
Bet.
What?
Well, I did say I would like a quiet word.
Oh.
Well, well, don't you think you ought to get your dinner first? It's a lovely bit of ambat, nice flavour, just a bit mild like. Do you not like the sandwiches?
Oh, they're very nice. Like I said, I'm not mad hungry. I think I'll see how Betty's getting on.
Bet, I did say I wanted a private word, like.
So you did.
Is there any more tea in the pot?
Might just be able to squeeze last cup out.
Good cup of tea, that. Ever thought of having a pub of your own?
Licensee, you mean? Well, it has crossed my mind now and again. Especially when Mrs. Walker's been coming the old acid a bit heavy.
Wonderful thing, that, being your own boss. I think I've always wanted a little pub of my own, You've got to have a woman with you, though, a wife, like. Any road, Bet, I've had a word. I've had a word with the brewery and they've more or less said, OK.
They'll put you in a pub and find your wife.
No. They'll put me in a pub with a wife. That's the way they like it. Anyway, I've been giving it a lot of thought. I haven't made a hasty decision, like. So, what do you think about it?
What about?
Well, you and me.
In what respect?
Well, you know.
Fred, are you proposing to me?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it might be your idea of a proposal, Fred, but,
Well, look, I've been giving it a lot of thought. I haven't been hasty about it. What you need to run a pub is teamwork, and I think you and I could make a good team. We'd make a good partnership.
But running a pub is one thing, Fred.
But this wouldn't be any little backstreet boozer. It'd be somewhere where we could have a bit of scope for putting meals on and that. I'd look after that. That's where the money is. I think we could make a real good go of the Mechanics' Arms.
I have no doubt that you could handle the running of the pub, Fred, but that is not the point.
No, but you see, you'll be behind the bar. Now, Bet, I've weighed you up. I mean, you do well, and the customers like you and all, and the beef. Whoa, holidays abroad and all that, and we deserve it.
Fred, it's not on.
Look, I am serious. I know it's come as a bit of a surprise. Well, why don't you just think it over, eh?
I don't need to think it over, Fred. And like I said, I'm sorry, but it's not on.
All right. Somebody else, eh?
It's not that. And it's nothing against you. I like you. I think you're a nice fella.
Well, there you are. I mean, why not give it a go?
Because that's not enough. Not for me. You might think I'm a silly, stupid, sentimental woman. But for me to marry a bloke, well, he wouldn't have to be any good. He won't have to be anything. Or I'd have to be in love with him. That's how it'd have to be.
Well, Bet, why not sleep on it, eh?
No, Fred. There's no point. I'll not change my mind. Now, you just answer me one thing. If you weren't in line for a pub, if you didn't need a wife, if you had nothing to gain from it, would you still be asking me to marry you? Now, come on, be honest.
Well, I don't know about that, but I am getting a pub.
You wouldn't. And that's another reason against it. Now, I'll not change my mind, Fred. Cheer up, mate. You're having a lucky escape. There's plenty of girls who'll jump at the chance. You just have a good look round.
There you are, lovey.
Stop.
Hey, did he
What?
propose?
Yeah, he did.
What did he say?
What do you think? Yes, love.
Sure.
I've just been to the bank.
And?
I caught the manager on his way to dinner. I told him the score. I said that we wanted another loan.
What did he say?
What I was afraid he'd say, he started talking about collateral, and I told him that I thought the cabin was worth a damn sight more than he already owed him. He didn't seem very impressed.
He turned you down.
Not exactly, no. No, he just sort of said that he passed the buck, really. He said that he'd have to refer it to the head office. He said it was a process of going up the ladder. Sounded more like going down the Swanee for me.
Oh, you don't know that, Len. He might get the okay.
He said don't pin too many hopes on it. His last words to me were, don't count your chickens, Mr. Fairclough.
What flaming chickens. We haven't even got any rotten eggs.
Len,
Hello, love. What are you going to have?
look, we haven't time. Don't blow your top. I phoned Eric Summers.
You've done what?
I phoned him. I told him we were interested in a loan and he's coming round to our house to see you.
He's not, you know.
Oh, look, just see him. I've asked him to come round. Now he's on his way.
And he's wasting his time, and you're wasting your flaming breath and all. How the hell could he? I don't know how you've got the nerve after what I said to you.
I've got the nerve because I'm trying to help you, but you're making it damn difficult.
She's right, Len.
Now, you keep out of this. This isn't business. This is man and wife.
All the same, she's right.
Will you stop saying she's right? You sound like a flaming mother-in-law.
Just keep your voice down unless you want the entire street to know about it. I think you should have a word with this chap, Len. It can't do any harm.
See, love, we're all out to step except you.
All right. All right, I'll go. But only for one reason, to get you lot off my back. Come on, let's go and see Loverboy.
But you know, I sometimes wonder why I bother. I can never think of a good answer.
Ah, well, keep your fingers crossed.
Got my toes crossed and all. Hey, you haven't got a secret admirer, have you?
Nah.
Ah, what a pity. I could do with borrowing a few quid. There's this little sports car.
Hello, Rita. Long time, too long. You look terrific as ever.
Hey, it's nice to see you two, eh? Come on in.
Thank you.
Here we are, Len. This is my husband, Len, Eric Summers.
So you're the lucky lad that talked her into marriage, eh?
Ah.
Lovely Rita, meter maid. You'd never sing that song at the Gatsby, I must have asked you often enough.
Oh, do you blame me?
Wouldn't blame you for anything. Been very lucky there, Len. I envy you.
Thank you.
Now then, I believe you got a problem.
Nothing that I can't handle.
Oh, that's not what I gathered from Rita. I gathered you needed some cash, quick.
Look, why don't we have a drink? You're not in a rush, are you, Eric? You'll have a drink, will you?
Don't mind if I do. Scotch if you've got it.
Right. Len, will you do the honours?
You know, you look marvellous. Really marvellous. Oh, thanks. Now then, I understand from Rita that you're stuck for a bit of capital, a bit of working capital for this little business of yours.
That's right.
Plumbing, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, I reckon there's profit to be made in that. I know it costs me enough whenever I want any work doing.
What is your business?
Me? You name it, old lad. I'm in the business of making a living. Now, how much is it you're after? 3 thou? 4?
Before I borrowed any money, I would like to know exactly where it's coming from.
No secret. I've got a few interests round this area. Motor trade, haulage. But like I say, I don't stick to one game. If I'm into something that doesn't pay its way, I get into something else that will. Now, what about this loan?
3,000 would be right.
No problem.
And we'd like to pay it back over 2 years.
Fair enough. £3,000, repayable 24 monthly payments. Now, how will that suit you?
Oh, that's good of you. Very good.
Yeah, well, love, it's only money, isn't it? What did I used to tell you at the Gatsby? What's it for if it isn't for helping your friends?
Yes. Do you still go to Gatsby?
Now and then, you know. But it's not the same, Rita. It's not like it was when you were there. My word, we had some good times, eh? We'll have to see more of you. You and Len, you'll have to come and have a night out with me sometime. How'll that do, you old lad? Now, you can have the cash as soon as you like. Tomorrow, if you want.
Forget it.
Len?
According to my reckoning, you're charging me twice as much interest as the bank would.
But you're not dealing with the bank, are you? If the bank would deal with you, you wouldn't be asking me.
Almost 30% is what your old pal's trying to charge us. Now I know what business you're in. Sharking. I'd rather go bust than borrow money from you. You're doing nobody a favour but yourself.
Please yourself, Squire. I'm not surprised you're in the small time. No disrespect, Rita, but you're not getting much further than this place with that sort of attitude to business.
Up it.
My pleasure. I really am sorry, Rita. Maybe I'll see you around. Wouldn't be at all surprised.
Have you got any more friends you'd like me to meet?
Hey, up, Fred, give us another pint, will you? Have one yourself. Hey, how's things going?
No, they're not, are they?
Well, you don't want to be shy, you know, because I know for a fact that she thinks a lot about you. If it was me, I'd put it to her straight.
Well, I have done. She turned me down, Alf.
No.
Didn't want to know. Told her about the pub, she wouldn't entertain it.
Well, I'm beggared.
All she flipping wants is moonlight and roses.
Blooming marvellous, isn't it? Some women don't know when they're well off.
You were lucky, Verena, you know. None of that flipping nonsense with her.
How do you mean?
Well, I mean, you both had the sense to know what was good for you. Good little business, that shop, Alf, for you helping out.
What are we going to do now, then?
There's only one thing we can do. Ring up Conran and tell him we can't do the job.
Cancel the contract, you mean?
Well, we got no choice, have we? He's going to be absolutely livid with us, you know. Because he's got to go to somebody else for another tender.
You know, I've been thinking, why don't we have a push on all the fiddling little jobs? I know it's only small time, but we can really give it a push and have a blitz.
Good idea. Fairclough and Langton. You? Yeah. Well, thank you very much for letting me know.
This is the bank.
We've got it. We've got the 3,000 quid.
Well, that's great. We're back in business.
Yeah, I suppose so.
What's the matter? Aren't you happy?
Well, I was just thinking, the cabin's mortgaged up to the hilt. We can't afford any slip-ups on this job. We've got to graft.
I'm not afraid of the work.
It's just as well, isn't it, seeing as how we owe the bank 6,000 quid? We're on the treadmill. We've got to run like hell to stay in the same place.
Can I say something, love? Speaking purely as a friend.
If you've got something on your mind, Alf, love, spit it out.
Well, I believe Fred approached you earlier on.
He did. He approached me rather like a giant oil tanker coming into dock at Wigan Pier.
Ah, well, he'd likely be nervous, you know. I mean, I don't suppose he'd put his case all that well. I believe you turned him down, as you've every right to do.
You're very well informed, Alf. Are you Fred's campaign manager or something?
Oh, my heck is like... No, he just happened to mention it, you know. But speaking as a friend, I think he might have been a bit hasty.
You do, eh?
Well, frankly, yes. There's a lot to be said for Fred, you know. And, you know, it could be the start of a very good new life for you, love.
Well, I don't mind telling you, Alf. As a friend, I was tempted.
Were you?
Oh, yes. And then I thought, you're going to be walking out on Alf and Rini. Breaking up the happy home. Bet, how can you be that selfish? Leaving your friends in the lurch. Excuse me, Alf, I think somebody wants serving.
You've been a bit quiet this evening, Fred.
Aye, well, I've a lot on my mind, haven't I?
Oh, don't let it get you down, Doc.
Oh, I shan't do. Hey, Bet, have you got a minute? I just wanted to tell you, well, no hard feelings, love. I was a bit disappointed, but, well, I can see your point of view.
Oh, I'm glad about that, Fred. I really am.
Like I said, plenty more fish in the sea, isn't there?
Any amount. Me and Bet will give you a list if you like.
Bye, we will. We won't put any rubbish on it either.
Hang on, I don't need you two to mark me card. I'll find myself a pub and a missus. Don't you worry. You don't need me tonight, do you?
No, I don't think so. Where are you going?
Fishing. Fishing.
Oh.
drink out there. Yeah. Very nearly.
Yeah.
Smell it. Yeah, look at the state.
I don't suppose, assuming I asked ever so nicely, I could possibly have the middle bit of that paper. Especially seeing as I paid the rotten paper bill. Stan, I said I want something to read.
Well, get something.
I want the middle bit of that.
I don't like reading half a paper, you know that.
Oh, you don't even read that. You only read the horses and the sports rubbish. Here, give us it here. Here, Stan. Would you describe yourself as having job satisfaction?
Oh, shut up. Let's have 5 minutes reading peace.
No, aren't you frustrated in your job? Oh, I know I am.
I'm not frustrated.
Oh, you must be. You can't tell me all you've ever wanted to do in your entire life is clean mucky windows.
What are you on about? You clean mucky floors?
Well, you don't think I enjoy it, do you? I bet you've never once said to yourself, is my Hilda happy in her work?
I thought you were.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's nought I like better than getting down on my hands and knees and picking up other folks' rubbish. Do you know, when I was a kid and they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I'd tell them how I had this big dream of being a flaming charm.
All right. All right. What do you want to be?
Well, it's not a case of that, is it? I mean, there's not exactly a queue for unskilled, unqualified middle-aged women, is there? I do this job because it's all I flipping can do. That doesn't mean that just sometimes I wouldn't mind somebody showing a bit of appreciation.
Well, you get paid for it, don't you?
The racket out there.
Yeah. Do you want me to get them to tone it down a bit?
No, as long as they're happy, leave them.
Well, production was up last week.
Well, that's the name of the game, Stevie boy. That and getting orders.
Oh, that reminds me, Don Ansell was on the phone while you were out.
He needs a visit.
No, he just needs a repeat on those canvas fade-outs.
He needs a visit. You don't keep accounts jogging along on repeat orders. You've got to keep them continually interested. Show them new designs. You ever been to Nottingham?
Well, I never once to an away match.
Right, get on the phone to Ansell. You'll see him Thursday.
Me?
Yeah, you're my assistant, aren't you? It's about time you got on the road. You'll find there's more to this job than keeping that lot happy.
Why don't I pack myself something decent for a change? You know, like a nice piece of pork pie and a chocolate eclair to finish. Is it 2 lettuce leaves and a tomato?
Why don't you?
I'm on a diet, aren't I? Started complaining about my spare tyre. You don't think she's starving herself for a fella, do you? Listen, never mind discussing Blondie's love life. You pick that piece of greaseproof off the floor.
You what?
Look, I've got a note here from the Countess of Ogden. It's asking us not to throw rubbish on the floor because it brings mice and other sort of vermin. Not to mention extra work for my dad. Well, I'm not saying watch it, kiddo, because I don't fancy being up to my ankles in mice. Have you found her again yet?
Where's the pint, Betty?
OK, Doc.
No, not yet.
Well, you better get in the back and do it now. Oh, you found her at home or at work? Who? Never mind. Go on, Fred.
Yeah, OK. Right.
I'll say it again. Who?
It's some woman he knows. I think he wants to take her out, but he's a bit scared.
We're off.
Well, in case he's turned down again.
Oh, look, Betty, I had no choice, had I?
Oh, I know, love, and you wouldn't have been right for him in any case, but it's a bit sad, isn't it?
Pathetic.
No, sad. Hey, and don't you go taking the mickey out of him when he comes back, neither.
You don't give me much credit, do you?
No.
Hiya. I'll have a lager, love. I would really like a vodka and lime, but who can afford that on a Monday? You should have married money, and I did tell you. I thought I had.
Rita,
Yes, love.
you know that frozen pastry?
Well, I've been shot some limes in my time, Albert, but that's a real novelty. Puff for short crust.
What, is there any difference?
Oh, of course there is. And if you're going to chat up unescorted ladies in pubs, you'll have to know the difference between your puff and your short crust, definitely.
Well, of course, you can't take anything serious.
Oh, no, come on, what about it?
Well, can you make meat pies, really?
of course you can. Just let it thaw before you roll it out.
Well, I asked you because, I mean, you're a dab hand at making pies, aren't you?
I am.
Well, your Lenny gave me a bit of one that he was having for his dinner t'other day. Proper tasty you were. I can still taste it. Moorish, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, being as you're so complimentary.
Oh, but it were delicious.
Well, if you've got a paper and pencil, I'll give you a recipe. How about that?
And it weren't frozen paste.
Thank you very much.
Here. Did you tell Alice Moss I said she must be over 60 because I'd seen her giving her pensioners meat tokens to butcher?
Well, you did, didn't you?
Oh, you have got a big gob, Stanley. You've no discretion at all, have you?
I was doing her windows, just making conversation, you know.
Well, you know perfectly well she likes to crack on. She's only just touched 50. She was going to lend me a Lurex stole to go to bingo on Friday, and she won't now. Says it's not convenient.
What do you want that for?
I'm not having a personal appearance. Getting one of them professionals to present the prizes.
You never win, you never do.
Look, Stan, I know my life's not very successful, but I wish you wouldn't keep reminding me it's not. And I hope you lot took some notice of that note I left.
What's that, Hilda?
Me note. You leave that place like a flipping pigsty every night.
Ah, but Hilda, if we left it neat and tidy, you'd have naught to do, would you?
I don't know what your homes must be like. I'm just glad I haven't got to clean them and all.
I've heard her house is like Wembley after cup final. By gum, Fred, that was some conversation. I thought you were asking her out, not getting a life story.
Well, you have to chat them up a bit, haven't you? I mean, when it's somebody you haven't seen for a long time, you can't just pick up the phone and say, what you doing tomorrow night?
Blokes I know do it all the time. They expect me to drop everything and fall over myself to see them.
Yeah, well, they're not all gentlemen like Fred. What did you say? You seen her?
Yeah.
Talk about flipping clown. Yeah, is that all we get?
What do you want?
Well, who is she? What's she look like? How old is she? She married, widowed, divorced, single? Do you fancy her?
I would appreciate it if you would, just for once, kindly leave my private life to me. In private.
Ah, well, in that case, you shouldn't be working with me and Betty, should you?
Hey, don't include me. I don't interfere. Well, not a lot.
Phew. You're the last one I expected to see.
I live here, don't I?
Only during closing time. Oh, flaming thing.
How come I won't change my socks?
It's not your birthday.
I'll tip the bucket over my feet. I'll soak in wet. What's up with you?
Now it's up with me. Why?
You sound more bad-tempered than usual.
Yeah, well, that could just have something to do with the fact that I'm fed up with everything and everybody, including you.
What have I done?
Well, you don't exactly give me much sympathy and support, do you?
What do you want sympathy for?
Oh, because as I tried to point out to you this morning, only you was too flaming wrapped up in yourself to see it, I'm fed up with doing a lousy, rotten job for lousy, rotten women who don't appreciate a stroke I do and just take the mickey all the time.
They're a load of slags, that lot. Besides, you don't work for them. You work for Baldwin.
Ah, well, he's just as bad. I mean, do you think he cares? Huh. I mean, does he ever once say, place looks very nice and tidy, thank you for all your efforts, Mrs. Ogden? Does he, heck? Even begrudges me a new bucket and brush.
All right.
Treats himself to double scotches in the Rovers. Runs that flash big car. Oh, denies himself nout. But you want to see the tatty equipment he expects me to clean with? You just want to see it. Only fit for chucking on midden.
You do go on, don't you?
Yeah, well, I've got something to go on about, haven't
He's
I?
cold. Well, you want to see him. Tell him he can't do a proper job if he ain't got the proper tools. Stand up for your rights.
Oh, I will, Stanley. Definitely. I wish I'd gone in for confectionery. Really?
What exactly did she say when you phoned her?
It's not what she said, it's how she sounded.
Well, look, she is your mother. Why don't you just ask her if you think there's something wrong?
Well, I could about anything else, but it's a bit delicate.
Well, I don't see how.
Look, she knows I never liked Joe from start. She knows I never wanted her to marry him, and Terry didn't either. But she did. She's old enough to make her own decisions.
And old enough to make her own mistakes and all. You think about my trouble with Joe then, dear?
What do you think, knowing him?
Yeah. You're not sure, are you? I mean, it's only supposition.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
I never knew I'd married a worrier.
There's a lot you've got to learn about me yet.
Well, look, if you're so worried. Hello, love. Hi.
Hello, what are you doing here? I thought you were working through your dinner.
No, I have to go back to the yard to pick up some stuff. Look, love, I might be home late tonight, so don't start me tea till I get home, eh?
Well, it's a casserole, so it'll wait till whenever.
Right.
How's it going?
We're working like the clappers, but
You worried about that time clause?
Well, anything can hold us up, you know. The weather, 1,001 things, and every day that we're late is going to cost us a lot of money.
You won't be late.
No, we'll do our best anyway.
Well, you can't do any more than that. Now, how about a drink? I'm paying.
Don't tempt me.
No, better not. You can have 2 tonight.
You're on. Hey, what is the casserole like?
Chicken.
Oh, great. You know all I've had today?
No.
Half a chocolate biscuit.
But think how lovely and slim you'll be. Sir Arlo.
Ta-da. He come in? Aye. What a flying visit.
Well, he's got a penalty clause on this job he's doing. He's worried sick he won't finish it on time.
Everybody's worried about something. Why can't they all be placid like me?
Rover's return. Yeah. Yes. Yes, he's here. Hang on. Fred, for you, lovey. It's a lady.
Me?
Yes.
Hello, Fred here. Oh, hello. Oh. Oh, no, it's all right. Oh, fine, no trouble. No, that's no sweat. No, that'll be okay. Be okay. Hey, and thanks for ringing. See ya.
She can't make it tomorrow, then?
No, she can't.
Oh, never mind.
I'm seeing her tonight instead.
You are rotten, Fred. I wish you'd tell us what she were like.
Well, if all goes according to plan, you might eventually have the pleasure of meeting her, no doubt.
I don't much like the look of this, do you? He's building up his hopes far too fast, like I did with you.
He set his little heart on finding a wife, Betty.
Yeah, maybe. If our Fred's not very careful, he's going to get himself very, very badly hurt before he's finished.
Oh, is Mr. Baldwin in?
No, I'm afraid not, Mrs. Ogden. You're early.
Yeah, well, I just wanted a word with him before you shut up shop. I need some new cleaning equipment, you see. And if he says it's okay, I've got time to nip out and get it now so as I can use it tonight.
Well, you need to ask.
Oh, it's not just a tin of polish. I want all my facilities replenishing.
You do?
Oh, yeah. Kojak's head's got more bristles on it than my brush.
Well, I don't think there'll be any problem there. I'll tell you what you do. You jot down a little list of what you need, and I'll see that you get it, OK?
You will?
Well, I said.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, I can't be expected to do a proper job else, can I?
You certainly can't.
Oh, you're a good lad. Do you know, it's a pity Mr. Baldwin hasn't got a few more employees like you, and a few less like that rubbish out there.
Hello, Fred. Slumming again, are you?
Well, you have to find out how the other half live occasionally, haven't you?
Don't think Annie Walker would approve if she knew you was in here.
Well, it's my night off, Alma. I mean, I'm a free agent in my own time, you know.
Of course you are. What can I get you then?
Well, I'll have a pint to keep me company while my real company arrives.
Same old Fred. I can see that the pram race didn't do you any harm.
How do you mean, same old Fred? I'll have you know I'm a very sober and respectable citizen these days, Alma.
Oh, I believe you, Chuck. Though thousands wouldn't.
Go on, have one yourself.
Right, yeah, Flower. For old time's sake, eh?
Eh?
Well, when your girlfriend arrives, you can tell her that's why you're buying drinks for the barmaid.
Look, I don't have to make excuses for anybody. Any road, how did you know it were a girlfriend I were meeting?
Now, don't tell me you've got yourself all spruced up for a fella.
Well,
You said what?
I said it'd be OK.
Have you got any idea how much this little spending spree is going to cost, eh? You won't get much change out of 50 quid with that lot.
What, for a couple of dusters and a new brush?
Bloody sight more than that on there. Ah, she's gone raving mad.
Oh, look, she's got to have cleaning equipment. Let's be fair, she can't do the job without.
She's got equipment. What do you think she's been using up to now?
Yeah, but I mean, things get past it. Wear and tear.
Well, any wear and tear the way your Ogden works. All right, perhaps it is near 20 quid than 50, but that's not the point. I just don't like being con.
Well, how's she conning you?
It's simple. She's going to take most of that stuff home for her own use. All right, she can have some polish and a few dusters and a new mat if she insists, but that's it. Now, listen, did you get on to Ansel? Did you fix upstairs?
I was on 5 minutes ago.
Good boy.
It's working.
Hello, Flooded.
I've not seen him, Chuck.
Keeping track.
I didn't expect him to be in, really. I just fancied a walk, you know, a breath of fresh air. Sometimes that shop, you know, can feel like a flipping prison.
Oh, of course, it's different from me being carried about in my sedan chair all day, waving to me admirers.
Come on, shopkeepers of the world unite. I'll buy you a drink.
Right.
What are you having? Vodka and tonic, is it?
Smash him.
Go on.
Right.
Bet play nookie.
No, she's in the back tidying her face.
Oh. That probably means, you know, that she's got a new eyeshadow and she can't wait to try it out. Oh, Rita, do you ever invent worries?
What for? There's enough real ones without inventing them.
I'll says I do. Do you know, I think there's something wrong at home and I'd like to find out what it is.
At home?
My mother. I think it's something to do with that twerp she married.
Oh, come on now. Don't you think she's old enough to settle her own domestic differences?
That's what Al says. Don't interfere.
Have you spoke to her?
Well, she doesn't say much on the phone, you know. She just seems on the verge of tears all the time.
I've never had in-laws. That's one source of trouble I could do without.
Well, she's my mother.
She's Alf's mother-in-law.
No, but I wish I could, you know, just go down for a couple of days to see if I can help.
Oh, what about Alf? And Sean?
Well, he can cope.
Can't your mother?
Oh, he's a pig, isn't it? I don't want to upset him, but surely he can understand I'm concerned about her.
Well, if she was ill, I'm sure he'd understand. But as it is, he probably thinks you're making a fuss over nothing.
Aye, perhaps I am.
Go on. All together now. Who is that devastating creature what's just walked in? What do you think?
What did I say?
Looks like your eyelids have gone mouldy.
I keep wondering how Fred's going on.
It's only a flipping date, Betsy.
It's more than that to him, though.
Well, he's a dope. What's he want the responsibility of a wife and pub for any road? He's better off stopping as he is.
Well, most folk need a bit of position in life, you know, where they can put down the roots. You can't blame him.
Perhaps she's been raised.
Nearly an hour. Any road she could have phoned.
Well, why don't you ring her and see?
I shan't bother. Anybody who can be that casual, what's the point?
She isn't quite right. Look like you didn't have to go chasing.
You're a good lass, Alma.
Oh, one of the best.
Come on, let's have another drink. What are you having, love?
Oh, well, you'll still hang on a bit then.
Not for her. I'm not bothered about people who let you down.
Well, there's plenty of them around, Fred.
Suppose you've had your problems, have you?
Oh, hasn't?
You don't deserve any, love.
Oh, bless you, love.
Hey, I say, you do grubbing here?
Bar snacks. I'll get you the menu.
Smashing. I'm not waiting for her, you know. I just felt a bit peckish and, well, felt like eating, and this is as pleasant a place as anywhere to eat, isn't it, right?
Right, lasses, another day, another dollar. Hey, I wonder what he's got waiting for me.
What, you mean besides the black eye?
You'll never have made your tea.
So true, he won't look. Hey, I'll be lucky if he's dragged himself round to Chiphead. Why do we kill ourselves with all this overtime?
We do it to keep taxman and cigars, kid. I mean, who do you think pays for all them big cars that them government wallers ride round in? We do, you and me.
Oh, don't start one of your political arguments. For heaven's sake, not at this time of
Well,
night.
you lot aren't interested whatever time it is.
But what's the point? There's nothing we can do about it. Isn't that right, Hilda?
What?
She's on about politics again.
Oh, I always say you have to stick up for your rights in this world, not let yourself get trod on.
You're dead right there, Hilda. You've got right idea.
Yeah, my stance was always a fighter.
You'd have to be married to him. Hey, you clip there.
Yes, well, he knows I always fetch him a little bit of something, don't you, Chuck?
I thought you wanted to discourage mice, not encourage them.
Well, he doesn't make no mess. He's a lot cleaner than what you lot are. Yeah, Tiger. Just you and me now, eh, Tiger? Nice and peaceful, don't you want it, love? Oh, we'll have a bit of music then, shall we, eh? Not too loud, though, eh? Because I don't like it when it shatters your eardrums, do you? Like what the kids have it. What? How's that, then?
Hello, Mrs. Ogden.
Oh, don't do that. You give me the fright of me life.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just came back to let you know about that stuff you wanted.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you give me the money now, I could get it first thing in the morning.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Oh, I see. He doesn't trust me, is that it? Thinks I'll fiddle him, does he? All right, he's no skin off my nose. Let him get it, I don't mind, just so long as I have it.
Well, I'm afraid that's the problem. Mr. Baldwin says no go. He reckons you don't need new equipment. What you've got should do you for a good bit yet. Mind you, he did say you could have some more polish and some new dusters.
Ah, you're having me, huh?
No, I'm not. It's not all that urgent, is it?
No. I can put up with tack forever, me. I mean, this lot here, they want new chairs, new machines, new flipping coat hooks even, they get 'em. But Hilda Ogden can put up with any old junk. She's only rubbish herself.
Oh, I don't. What are you doing?
Well, it's more what I'm not doing, isn't it? I'm not doing another stroke of work until I've seen his nibs and sorted this lot out.
But it's a tip.
I know it's a tip.
Mr. Baldwin's gone.
Well, he'll not have gone far. I dare say you can find him if you look hard enough. So you just trot along, Chuck, and tell him he's got a little crisis on his hands. Tell him that we're not budging until we get some satisfaction.
We?
Me and Tiger. Tiger's on my side, even if nobody else is. Aren't you, Puss?
Very tasty.
Good. Don't they do food at your place?
No, it's not the same as being waited on, is it, Alma?
Well, who looks after you then?
Well, I'm not working. Oh, Mrs. Walker. She's okay, but I'm only a lodger, me, Anna.
Yeah.
Try not to impose, you know what I mean, love?
Well, I know the feeling, actually.
You do?
Well? Not having things exactly as you'd like them in your own home.
Have you not got your own home?
No, it's only rented.
No.
But my whole life's a bit like that at the moment, you know, sort of on a week-to-week basis.
Oh, I always thought you were married, love.
Me? Oh, you must be joking. Actually, nobody's asked me recently.
Oh.
Still, you can't do everything, can you?
No.
Have another pint?
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Right. What's all the nonsense, Hilda?
Oh, Steve found you then, did he?
Well, this isn't a social call.
I'm told you've refused me my new cleaning equipment.
That's right.
Well, have you seen the state of this? Have you?
Wasn't like that the last time I saw it.
Oh, when were that? When Adam were a lad? It's done a good few 100 miles sweeping as that since it were bought.
Looks to me like it's been tampered with.
Eh? How?
You've had the scissors on this, haven't you? Eh? Giving it a hand along the road to an early retirement.
No, I haven't. Never in this world. You've no right to make them kind of insinuendos.
And you've no right to come in here and give me a rough time after a hard day. So cut out the funny stuff and get on with it, eh?
You think I'm kidding, don't you?
I think you're being very unreasonable.
Right, that's it then. I'm on strike.
OK, get your coat.
I can have the stuff.
You can have your cards, Mrs. Ogden. Stupid aggro like this I just don't need.
You're giving me the sack.
Got it in one.
Good morning, Stanley, love.
You reckon?
Why, don't you?
What's good about it?
Well, look around you, Stanley. June is bursting out all over. Summer's come at last, just like they said it would.
And how long's it going to stop? And what about us window cleaners?
What about you window cleaners?
You no idea what it's like cleaning a shop window with the sun on your back, have you? It's like being lost in a fitness Sahara without your camel.
You know, Stanley, it's something I've never really thought about, is that?
No, people don't. More's the pity.
Sorry I spoke. Morning, Betty.
Morning, lovely.
Hilda. Have you ever wondered why there's not that big a demand for window cleaners in Arabia? No, I thought not. It's not a subject that crops up a lot, is it? If you ever want to know, ask Stanley Ogden. He'll open your eyes for you. I said good morning, Hilda.
Morning. Ooh. I wonder how many of them that never have a fag out of their mouths would carry on never having a fag out of their mouths if they had this mucky job to do every morning. Honest, if there's one thing turns my stomach, it's emptying out other folks' fag droppings.
Bessie, love, is it my imagination or is Amapola not her usual sunny self this morning?
She's had a bit of a knock.
Oh, dear, not with a blunt instrument, I hope.
No, she got sacked from the factory last night.
She's never been moonlighting their machines again.
Well, according to her, there were no bristles on her brush.
Get away.
So she saw Mike Baldwin about it. She said she wouldn't do another stroke unless he did something about it. So he did do something about it. He showed her the door. You won't forget the gents' lavvy today, will you, Hilda, love?
Well, I'd have a job, wouldn't I? Seeing as you've already mentioned it twice since I come in this morning.
It's better than moping, Hilda.
Morning, girls.
Good morning, Fred.
Who's got the paper?
There you are, love.
That.
You were late last night?
Oh, I did get in a bit late, yeah.
You've been enjoying yourself.
Very pleasant.
Where'd you get to?
How do you mean?
Just went for a drink, did you?
Ah, just as far as a flying horse.
How'd you get on?
Had a few pints, you know.
Yeah.
Game of darts. Threw 3 tons in it on the trot. They think I'm Alan Evans up there.
Now, Fred, ask yourself, are you being fair to the fair, to me and Elizabeth here?
What do you mean?
How do you mean, what do I mean? Now, look, we know that you know that we know that you had a date last night. Now, there are 2 ways we can go about this. You can have it the easy way and give us a blow-by-blow account yourself in your very own words. Or you can have it the hard way and force us to wheedle it out of you 1 flaming chunk at a time.
No good, Fred. We won't give you any peace.
Oh, well, it's all very sad, really.
Sad?
Well, she didn't show, did she?
Hey, the rotten cat.
Still, some you win, eh?
Oh, poor lad.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, except for just one thing, like.
What thing?
Well, would you have had a pleasant evening like he said he had if you'd have been stood up?
Well, he's just saying that, isn't he? I mean, he's putting a brave face on it.
Do you think so?
You softer.
That's right.
Because of a brush.
No, not because of a brush, son. Because I'm the boss around here, not Hilda Ogden. And I don't take the sort of lip she's been dishing out from anyone, let alone a skiver like she is. Now, is there anything else you'd like to know? Or can I get on with the more pressing job of trying to run this factory? Here, get that lot sorted out.
Can I have a word, Mr. Baldwin?
Don't tell me, let me guess. You don't like the mess around here. It upsets your genteel natures.
It hasn't been clean since last night on that floor.
I can see that, not being blind.
Well, why hasn't it?
Because there wasn't anyone here to do it, that's fine.
But Hilda Ogden were here when we left.
She left soon after, on her broomstick.
What are you going to do about it? That's what we want to know.
Well, what do you suggest to do about it, Ivy? Do it myself? Got a new cleaner starting tonight.
Well, my members aren't prepared to work in a pigsty like this.
Then your members know what they can do, don't they?
We're machinists, we're not skivvies, and that is Hilda Ogden's job.
Hilda Ogden isn't here, so it's Hobson's choice, isn't it? Now, don't get bullshit about it, because you're just going to have to put up with it. And if you don't like it, you know what you can do.
Oh, come on, kid. Let's get a couple of brushes and get shut of it. It's not worth having a barney over.
What happened to Hilda? Search me.
Hello, Chuck. Kettle on.
No.
You don't always come this time for a cup of tea.
Come far for it, have you, Stanley?
4 miles.
It'll take me a bit of a time to get here, then, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Take you a while to get back, I reckon.
Well,
Well, have you ever stopped to think how many windows you could be cleaning while you're trekking backwards and forwards just for a rotten cup of tea?
I must have me break, Chuck.
You have your break from 12 till 3 at dinner time in the Rovers.
Oh, don't start on that again.
I'm just telling you a few of the facts of life, that's all. And the fact is, Stanley, that if I'm going to be bringing in less, you're going to have to start bringing in more, aren't you?
Look, I've told you, he can't sack you just like that.
Well, he has done, hasn't he?
We'll have to get you redundancy money.
Too, that's a laugh. The thought of me having out for naught like redundancy money.
You can't get a sack for standing up for yourself. Take you to a tribunal.
Oh, yeah. And a fat chance I'd stand there and all, wouldn't I? What, me on my own? And him with some fancy Manchester lawyer? Oh, I tell you, Stan, it's not worth it.
You're not taking it lying down, are you?
Luke, Stanley, I'm tired. I'm tired of always being walked on and blooming made fun of. I'm tired of always having to stick up for myself. Never having nobody to back me up like other women have.
You mean me, don't you? I'll talk to Baldwin. Is that what you want?
Oh, Stan, if you've got to ask, I reckon you've got your answer, haven't you?
I'll talk to him.
Don't bother. Who wants the rotten job, any road?
We'll miss the money, Chuck.
Oh, that's all you're bothered about, you, isn't it? Well, like I said, it's you what's going to have to replace it. So for starters, you can just get back to your ladders, can't you?
Here you are, Fred, lovey.
Oh, very
I've made you a
much.
pot of gravy to go with it.
Thanks, Betty.
All right, love. How are you feeling now, love?
Oh, fine, love, I'm fine.
Rotten for you last night, wasn't it?
Ah, well, these things happen, don't they?
That could well turn out to be the best thing ever happened to you.
You reckon?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, if she'd let you down once, you know, she'd let you down again.
Aye, could be at the church next time, eh?
Right.
You talk a lot of sense, Betty.
Well, you get that pie while it's still hot.
There you are, Fred, love. A pint of our very best, pulled by my lily white hands for my favourite portman.
You know, I don't know I'm born with you two looking after me like this.
Well, let's put it this way, Fred. I've been there myself, so I know what it feels like, don't I?
Cheers, Chuck.
Cheers.
Hey, Specky Four Eyes.
What, love?
I said, did you see that big green frog that just jumped into your handbag?
Sorry, love, I was miles away.
You're no prize of a guessing where neither.
Right, what shall we talk about?
Your mother.
Honestly, I'll not mention her name this dinner time, I promise.
Oh, that's a bit rash, isn't it? Making a promise to your husband you can't keep.
Hello, love.
Hey, up, you all right? Hello. Look, you know you're not going to be satisfied until you go up there and find out what's going on, are you?
I'm not loving that's a fact.
I'll go.
But Alf, Lancaster.
Well, it's not the North Pole. There's not a bottomless cliff the other side of Preston, you know. Look, ring your auntie, tell her you're on your way. Tell her you might stay a few days if necessary.
You wouldn't mind if I did?
Well, let's be honest about it. I'd much rather have you here than over there. Well, let's face it, as things are, you're not really here, are you? I mean, not in your head, so you might as well go.
But what about shop?
Never mind all that. I can look after the shop. I can get better, give me a hand anyway. Look, go ring your auntie before you change your mind.
Thanks, love.
Hey, kid. Do you remember when you and me used to do that? Kiss and cuddle in public back then, too?
Take no notice, love. He's at that funny age where his only pleasure is watching other folk.
Do you know, I do feel sorry for him and for you. Hey, Betty, do you think I could use your phone?
Yes, love, come through, it's quieter.
Thanks.
Shouldn't you be going back to that site? Or are you slowing down in your old age?
Slave driver.
You need one.
Do you know when I get rid of this spare tie, I'll never look a less a sleeping face again. I'm sure my ears have grown to inching. You know, since I started on that diet.
Hey, up. Speedy Gonzales is here. Making early start to see Hilda?
More than she did last night. She didn't make a start at all.
What are you doing, Hilda?
Just taking what's mine, that's all. Nothing more, nothing less.
Why are you leaving?
I'm not leaving. I've been fired.
Why?
Oh, for opening my mouth. Sticking up for me rights, asking for a bit of decent stuff to work with.
How do you mean?
Well, I'll tell you, seeing as you're that interested. I've got pig sick these last few weeks, so you lot moaning about this floor not being swept proper. So I went to Mr. Ironmighty Baldwin, and I told him if he wanted a proper job doing, I needed decent stuff to work with. Like a new brush, not one with no bristles on. So what do I get? I get told there's no new brush for me, and it's likely I sabotaged the old one myself any road. Now, when I said that were a flaming rotten lie, he sacked me.
What, just for that?
Well, yeah.
Well, you can't do that.
Who's going to tell him he can't? You? Not likely. Because, I mean, I'm not one of your lot. I've got no union to back me up. So it's just my hard luck, isn't it?
But it's not fair, is that? No, it's not. Would you like me to have a word with him for you?
Please yourself. It's a free country, they reckon. Fat lot of good it'll do you, though. Or me, for that matter.
Hey, it's a bit rough, that, though.
Jane, are you going to have a word with him, Ed?
Well, I think I'd better under circumstances, don't you? I mean, if he gets away with this, it makes you wonder what else he thinks he might get away with.
Right, I'll see you later on then, eh?
Right, Fred, love, and don't let it get you down.
Oh, that's life, innit? Bit like a football match. One minute you're playing a blinder, the next minute you're getting kicked all over the field, and when that happens, there's only one thing to do. Pick yourself up, dust yourself down, and get on with it.
Having trouble, is there?
He's been what you might call unlucky in love lately.
I know what feeling, kid. It creeps over me on every morning. You know, when I wake up and he's laid at the side of me snoring. Then I look in the mirror. I've got my rollers in, no makeup. I think, whatever happened to baby Jane?
It's marriage that changes fellas, you know.
Do you reckon?
I do. Before we got married, he used to start for me, rush to open the doors. Before we got to reception, he were elbowing me out at way to get to the bar.
They're all alike.
All alike.
I was worried about it, so what best thing to do was, you know, pulling on the... Oh, hello. Did you get through?
I'm sorry, love, I couldn't get off phone.
Well, how are things?
Well, I'll have to pop up there for a few days, you know, to sort something out. But it's you, love, I'm worried about, having you to fend for yourself.
Why don't you worry about me like that at times?
Listen, love, I worry like that about you all the time. Whether your liver's coping with all that beer, whether you've been arrested.
Sorry.
It will be if you don't get back to that building
No,
site.
I can't rush my beer, love. It gives me indigestion.
Oh, first I've heard of it.
Oh, me and all. Look, don't worry about me, love. I can...
Of course he can. In fact, he'll enjoy it. What husband wouldn't be let off the leash for a few days?
Firk, love, if you mention that word leash just once more, one of these mornings you're going to wake up hanging from one.
Well, in that case, I better hop it then, haven't I?
See you later.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
Hey, can I get anybody a drink?
No, love. I think we better get that, you know. We'll have a queue a mile long.
All right. See you.
Thanks anyway.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
Bet, what have you got that's non-fattening and not intoxicating?
Well, we do a very nice line in slimline water. It's going to be very big, they reckon, in the Gobi Desert.
Oh, well, I'll have a vodka then. Have a vodka.
Guess so.
Hello, Fred. What are you having?
Well, it's a 6-letter word, begins with B, ends in iter, preferably in a pint pot glass, and what you having yourself?
Oh, not for me, love. Not till the sun goes down. Hey, shouldn't you be working?
No, not my afternoon off.
It's all right for some. No, have that one on me. You must have bought me 3 or 4 last night.
Thanks very much, love. Cheers.
Cheers.
What time are we off, then?
Oh, well, it usually gets about 3.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of going for a run in the country in the car.
I didn't know you had a car.
Well, I haven't as such. It's Mrs. Walker. She lends me it when she's away, you know. Have we got out special on this afternoon?
Well, I was thinking of doing a bit of shopping, that's all. Where were you thinking of going?
Nowhere special. Somewhere where we can get a bit of fresh air. What do you think?
All right.
Good.
Yeah? Yes, come in, Ivy. Only make it snappy, will you? We're up to our eyes.
Hilda Ogden's just been in.
Yeah, well, you know what they say, eh? Into every life, eh?
She says she's been sacked.
Yeah, that's right. So?
Well, why has she been sacked?
Well, we could say that I was fed up with the colour of her rollers. And we could say that I'm fed up with the lip she's been giving me. But on the other hand, to be more to the point, what the hell's it got to do with you?
Because she reckons she's been unfairly dismissed.
So let her take me to court about it. Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with you. She's not a member of the tailor and garment workers.
Just because she's not one of our members don't mean to say you can chuck her out just like that.
Oh, come on, darling, come on. She'd have been chucked out whether she was a member or not.
Look, I've not come in to cause trouble, Mr. Baldwin, but you must admit it's a bit thick, isn't it? Giving somebody sacked just because she wants a new brush.
Like I said before, I'm not prepared to discuss it with you. None of your business.
No.
No.
It's everybody's business, Mr. Baldwin, when somebody gets victimised.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You're going to make it your business, are you? A nice spoon to stir things up with, eh? Get yourself a bit of notice.
I resent that remark.
And I resent you coming in here, sticking your oar in and telling me who I can and can't sack. The name on the brass plate outside is Baldwin. M. Baldwin. Not Karl Marx.
Oh, well, if that's going to be your attitude, I'm wasting my time talking to
No,
you.
darling, not your time, my time. I pay your wages, not the union. So can you please get back to work?
I'll go back to work, Mr. Baldwin. But I'm telling you, I don't like being spoken to like that. And you've not heard the last of this either. Not by a long chalk.
So what's the face for, eh? Nothing? Look, if you've got anything to say to me, feel free. Everybody else around here does.
Just seems a lot of fuss over nothing, that's all.
Now, look, how many times have I got to tell you? This little argument we're having has got nothing to do about whether Hilda Ogden gets a brush or not. It's all about attitudes and authority.
It's your factory.
Too true, my son. And don't you forget it.
Punctured, is it?
Well, if it isn't, it's giving a very good impression of one. So much for our flipping run in the country.
Ah, cheer up. Actually, I'm very fond of gasworks.
Good thing is that, Alma, because you're going to be hanging about here for another half hour, aren't you?
Can I do anything?
You can, love. Just keep out the way, will you? Otherwise, you'll get yourself covered in grease.
You know, you remind me of my dad.
Oh, aye. He was bonny as well, was he?
He was very handy.
Brains as well as beauty.
Lucky Mrs. Walker having a handyman about the house. Hey, what's she like to live with?
Oh, she's all right. It's a bit like living in a Buckingham Palace garden party, but it doesn't run to corgis.
Do you like living here?
I suppose I do. I always have liked living in pubs, you know. They have a sort of an atmosphere all of their own, Alma. A warmth, even though they're empty. You know.
Well, I'd be a funny barmaid if I didn't know what you mean.
But at the same time, I mean, I'm only the lodger there. The pot man. They've only got me there because the brewery insisted having somebody to look after Mrs. Walker. There's nought like having a pub of your own, Alma. You know, a good landlord, he just doesn't stand there pulling pints, you know. He makes the pub his own. He makes it feel as though it's the only pub in the world. He makes it unique.
I never realised, Fred G.
What?
What a right blooming romantic you are under that rugged exterior.
All right.
He's no right to talk to you like that, Ivy. Not to a proper affiliated shop stewardess.
Well, he reckons it's not shop steward business, seeing she's not even at Union.
Yeah, but he does have a point, doesn't he? I mean, I can see I got up your nose, but let's face it, she ain't here, she's not at Union.
She's still one of us, Vera. She's a worker and she's being victimised.
Of course she is. I mean, my God, all she were asking for were a proper stinking brush to do a job with.
And ask yourself this, Vera. I mean, if she has gone for good, who's going to be sufferers? Who are the ones that's going to be asked to work in this muck midday?
Well, he did say we're going to get another cleaner.
Ah, but will he? I mean, let's face it, Chuck, we've been conned into signing up for ourselves today. Who says he won't try and come it again tomorrow?
I don't think we should let him get away with it.
What can we do?
Well, there's only one thing we can do. We'll have to go to Baldwin and demand she gets a job back.
And what if he refuses?
He won't refuse.
How can you be so sure?
Oh, come on, Vera, screw your head on, love. I mean, why do you think he picked on Hilda Ogden in first place? I'll tell you why. Because he thought that she got nobody backing her up and nobody'd say a dicky bird. When he finds out that she has got somebody backing her up, he'll change his tune that fast.
He's not going to risk trouble over something as daft as this.
He'd be a fool if he did. And let's face it, no matter what else Mike Baldwin is, he's nobody's mum, is he?
Hello. What's going on here then? Is this a talking shop or what?
You mind? We're having a meeting.
A meeting?
A union meeting. And I reckon you don't need to be brain of Britain to know what it's all about.
No way.
So why don't you go and scuttle off and tell your boss all about it? Now.
Elizabeth, can you hear something?
Like what?
A sort of tapping noise coming out at woodwork.
Oh, yeah. The Death Watch beetle. There's quite a lot of them around this time of the year.
Is that what it is?
Well, what else could it be? I mean, it couldn't be anybody human, could it, tapping like that? I mean, they'd be trying to attract our attention by saying, "Excuse me, please, and have you a moment, love."
Hey, when you two finish shunning, I'd like a packet of crisps, if you don't mind.
Hey, Betsy, Luke, it's Albert. He's come back to haunt us.
I thought you deserted us, love, to go and do your supping at the Flying Horse.
I shall do something where I want.
Come on, Albert, admit it. You tried to stop away, but you couldn't manage without our merry banter.
If my feet weren't bad, I'd be up there now. But the pain in my feet's nought compared to what I've got somewhere else, listening to you two nattering. Now, do I get these crisps or don't I?
Right, have them on the house as an old and valued customer of ours.
I pay for everything I have, and you can keep the change, seeing as there is none.
See you again, Albert. Like next Christmas.
Is that dead, Hilda? Or will it not lie down?
Oh, you can take it.
I'm not seeing beer wasted.
Hey, you'll never need to be out of work, Stanley. If all else fails, you can always hire yourself out as a professional drunk.
You think it's comical, don't you, folk being out of work?
Sorry I spoke, Hilda. Sorry I spoke.
I've had a meeting of my members.
I heard, yeah. I suppose you'll be staying behind a bit, eh? Make up for lost production.
About Mrs. Ogden's sacking.
What about it?
Well, we've had a vote, and my members are behind me 100% in demanding her instant reinstatement.
Nothing to do with you.
We say it is. Well, Mr. Baldwin.
No way. I'll clean that floor myself before I let that stupid woman back on these premises.
And that's your last word?
The last.
Right. Well, I'm here to tell you, Mr. Baldwin, I'm calling this entire factory out on strike. As of now.
I'll bob it in here. It's not heavy. Sorry. Now, are you sure you've got everything?
Oh, I've probably forgotten half a dozen things, love, but I'll muddle through. Ta-da, then.
Ta-ra, safe journey.
Bye-bye, love. Enjoy yourself.
Oh, chance will be a fine thing. Look, you're sure he'll be all right on your own.
But he won't be on his own, will he? He'll have me to look after him. And I will, so don't you worry. I'll see you go short of nothing, won't I, Al?
Yeah, right, well, I'll be off then.
Yeah.
Ta-da, love.
Take care, love.
Come on, Alf, stir yourself. It's 8:30. It's gone 8:30. Rise and shine. That shop should be open by now. Another lovely day. The sun rising over snow-capped mountains. Sailboats skidding across blue waters.
What time did you say it was?
Time you were up and decent. You know, when I were a kid, I couldn't wait to get up of a morning. I couldn't. Like it were all happening out there, and I was frightened of missing something. Do you remember that feeling?
Aye, well.
Aye, well. Oh, come on, Alfred, do shake yourself. Rena'd skin me alive if she knew I let you sleep this long. Well, well. And what have we got here? If it isn't a rude question.
Oh, Reenie bought it. It's a joke.
What's it supposed to be, any road? A cat?
It's a rabbit.
Oh, has it got a name?
No, it hasn't.
Well, I like its little jacket.
Look, do you mind buzzing off while I get dressed?
Yes, I'm on my way. Oh, and, Alf. Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me, love. I won't send out if you don't.
Are you gonna get that or what?
No chance. It's the milkman who wants his money again.
You gotta pay him sooner or later, Suze.
Well, Elsie's back today. She can pay him.
Today?
And he always goes away if you leave him long enough.
I thought you said not till the 19th.
Leastways, he normally does.
Suze?
Today is the 19th, isn't it, Dimwoody? And it follows the 18th and falls before the 20th. He passes the teapot.
We better get this place cleaned up. She'll have a blue fit if she sees it.
She won't see it, will she? By the time she comes back, we'll have it looking like something out of the Ideal Home exhibition.
We will?
Look, there's no problem. We'll come back in the lunch hour, a quick round with the hoover, it won't know itself.
What if she comes back before dinner time?
Oh, will you stop meeting problems halfway, Gail? Go and get the milk off the step. If I don't get something down me soon, I'll fade away. Hey, and make sure the coast is clear. I'll get you for that money. The way some people live.
You'll see, I bet it's already back down and give her a job back.
Fat chance.
What, not threatening to go on strike if they don't? I mean, it's not that daft, is there?
It's not threats that counts with Baldwin, but believe me, it's actions.
Suppose he has taken her back. What do we do then?
There'll be no to do. There'll be no to strike over.
How? Well, that depends.
On what?
On conditions of a reinstatement, for one.
Conditions? What conditions?
Well, if she's to be paid for while she's been laid off, and if she gets that new cleaning gear, she's after all well and good. If not...
What, we strike?
We'd have no choice.
Well, some of us might.
Not if there's a majority vote for you won't, love.
You mean walk out, like a down tools?
That's general idea.
You want this strike, don't you, Ivy?
What sort of a question's that?
Well, I say if he has taken her back, we show willing and settle it there and then. No conditions and no strike, right, girls?
Look, this is not about showing willing, love. It's about showing strength. Showing that we've got a bit of muscle power. And then if he wants to sack somebody else, he'll have to think twice about it.
She's not even in flaming union, Ivy.
She works here, don't she, Ida? That makes her one of us. All right, so she's not at union. Do you think that made any difference to him when he decided to fire her? Of course not. No more than it will when he takes it into his head to do the same to one of us. It's not just her job we're protecting, you know. It's his own. If you can't see that, you're blind, lot of you.
Let's save the union meeting till later, eh, Ivy? Right now, we've got work to do.
Not us, love. We're waiting for Baldwin.
Has he given her a flaming job back or what?
I don't know.
Oh, you're not saying?
Look, if I knew, Ivy, I'd say so. Now, Mr. Baldwin will be in later. In the meantime, I suggest we all get back to some work, okay? Right.
Where is he, any wrong?
With his accountants. Now, you'd best get on with them jumpsuits. We're behind on those as it is. And, have you got a minute, Ivy?
Look, kid, I'm not hanging around all day waiting for Baldwin. You nip across and find Hilda. Ask her if he said out about a job. I'll keep Sonny Jim happy while you're gone. Now! Now! If I don't put a strike motion to this lot before dinner time, they'll start going cold on it. Go on, move yourself. Go on.
Sit yourself down, love. Now, I know there's a principle at stake, Ivy. I can see that. I'm not daft. But I think you're confusing principles with practicalities. Yeah, really. Cleaning jobs are two a penny. Hilda can get another one any time she wants.
That's not the point. She had a job here, didn't she? A perfectly good job.
Come on, Ivy. She might have had a perfectly good job, but she didn't do it perfectly, did she? I mean, you said so yourself more than once.
Well, that's besides the point.
All right, then, what is the point?
The point is that Mike Baldwin can't go sacking folk every time he feels like it. That's the flaming point.
Well, he sacked me not so long since, remember, when I was the van driver. Where were you then?
Well, you asked for it.
Maybe Hilda asked for it.
All Hilda were asking for was some new flipping cleaning gear. And look what he got her in return.
All right, I agree. On the face of it sounds a bit hasty.
Hasty, he says.
Look, striking's not going to help, is it? Well, is it? It can only do harm, and you know that.
Ah, well, he should have thought about that before he sacked her. Look, if that's all, I've got things to do.
I wish you'd think again, Ivy. You're making a big mistake. You are, honest.
Try telling that to organ grinder. Or better still, Hilda Ogden. I mean, after all, she's the real loser in all this, isn't she?
Well, it's like I said to Stan, isn't it? Plenty more where that came from. Plenty more. And better paid. Oh, it'd be hard put to find another, you know. Not easy to get good cleaners these days, especially not professional.
So you keep saying, Hilda?
Still, when all's said and done, it's only a job, isn't it? What's one measly job? If he thinks I'm going to lose any sleep over it, he's got another thing coming.
Yes, well, knowing Mike Baldwin, I doubt he'll have thought of it at all. Well, Mrs. Walker. Bet. Well, if I wasn't seeing it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. I take back every word. It was worth every penny, every single penny. You're a changed person, ain't you, Hilda?
Well, marginally changed, perhaps.
You know, seeing you, I'm half tempted to give it a whirl myself, I am.
Well, I can't see much difference myself.
Ah, well, you see, the real benefits of a health farm are more physical than purely external, Mrs. Ogden. And I must say I feel better. I feel much better.
Sorted the plumbing out, did it?
If you're referring to my digestive system, I can assure you there was nothing wrong with it. Coffee on the table, Bet.
Right, thanks.
Rabbit food, that's what Stan calls all that health food malarkey. Overpriced rabbit food.
Well, I suppose, like everybody else, he's entitled to his opinion, however ill-informed.
I've been looking all over for you.
Why, what's up?
We wanted to know if you'd heard from him.
Who?
Mike Baldwin. Ivy wants to know how to give you your job back.
Why did he say he would?
That's what we want to know, has he, hasn't he?
Well, he's not said now to me about it.
Oh, well, that's all I wanted to know.
Well, hang on. What's it to Ivy, any road?
Oh, you'll find out.
Well, it makes no odds. Because even if he did, I'd tell him where to stick his flaming job.
I'm trying to track down a Mr. Baldwin. Mike Baldwin. Yeah. He should be in with Mr. Newman. He's not. Oh. Yeah, we've got a bit of trouble at the factory. Okay, love, not to worry. Thanks very much. Bye.
Well, she's seen hiding her hair of him. Really? Thanks, Cock. He's still not back, I take it.
No, but he'll be in a...
Well, when he is, you tell him from me that we'll be having a shop meeting in the dinner hour and I'll be putting a strike motion to all the members. And if I get a majority, we're going to be out, the lot of us.
Oh, why?
Look, I gave him a chance to put things right, Steve, and he's done naught. Note. Now it's our turn, right?
I've just seen her from the bedroom window. Elsie, she's on her way.
Well, look, put that somewhere and this. Oh, and put the kettle on and take that flaming penny off.
Anybody at home?
In here, Elsie. Elsie!
Hello, love. Miss Birchall.
Oh, Elsie, it's nice to have you back again.
It's nice to be back. I
Oh,
didn't
was
realise
it?
how nice.
Did you have a good time?
Well, I had a rest, let's put it that way. Oh, put the kettle on, love. I could murder a cup of tea.
It's all in hand.
Well, everything's very nice and tidy.
Well, you know us, Elsie. We like to keep the place like you like it yourself.
Yeah, it's really good to have you home.
Yeah, well, don't overdo it, eh? What's my cloth doing on?
Oh, the other one's in the wash.
See?
Well, come on, Elsie. Tell us all about it. How's Linda?
Fine.
And the kids?
Oh, they were fine. In fact, everybody was fine. I'm more worried about you two at this moment.
Us?
Yeah. What's all this lot?
Oh, they're only bills.
Only?
Well, we didn't forward them to you in case we ruined your holiday.
I suppose you didn't think of the paying them either, did you? Oh, what a flaming homecoming.
Right, you've all heard the motion. All those against had better speak up now.
Oh, forever hold the peace.
Yes, Sally?
Have you thought what a strike means, Ivy? Have you? It could last days, weeks. What are we supposed to live on in meantime?
Well, if motion's carried, I'll get straight on to Union. They'll make it official and get a strike fund up for us.
Strike fund? Few quid a week. It's all right for you lot. You've got husbands. I haven't. And I've got 3 kids. How am I supposed to feed them and be on strike?
Oh, I'll chip and help, love. If that's all that's worrying you, forget it.
Forget it, she said.
Hey, kid, you can get benefits now, you know. You know, if you're on strike, a breadwinner. All right, Ivy.
Of course you can.
I don't like handouts, thank you very much.
Me neither.
And if I'm going on strike, I want it to be over something a bit more important than...
Than Hilda Ogden.
Look, I know we've all that cause to beef over Hilda in past, but that don't mean to say she's not got rights, does it? Same as rest of us.
Can't we vote? I'm late enough as it is.
I mean, if we back down now, Baldwin will have us where he wants us, under his flaming foot.
Come off it, Ivy. Baldwin's always been fair with us, and you know he has.
Oh, yeah? It took him long enough to see sense of that business about paying us Thursdays instead of Fridays.
That were Ernie Bishop, not Baldwin.
Let's vote if we're going to.
Aye, let's vote and get it over with.
I still say it's not enough to strike over.
Well, I'm for tattling Baldwin again. Try and talk him round. I mean, if we're going to vote on out, why not that?
Because time for talking's over, love. Long since. Right, let's vote. All them for industrial action. That means stopping work until our demands are met. Put your hands up.
Right.
All them against? Abstentions? Right, that's it. Motion's carried. We're on strike.
Now what's she up to?
She's ringing Union to make it official.
I hope you know what you've let us in for.
Me?
Well, you'll vote it for it.
Look, Baldwin will back down. Now he knows we're in business, he will. And I'd like to see his face when he does.
It's not a flaming game, Vera.
Who said it was?
It's all a big laugh now, isn't it, all the fighting talk?
Hot air, more like.
Everybody standing on the right, spouting the odds. Give it a week and see what happens. Then all you talk about's where next quid's coming from.
And it'll be us climbing down. It'll be us feeling pinched, not Baldwin.
Right. Then the whole thing will have been for naught, and we'll know who to thank.
Look, Union will get a strike fund up for us. Ivy's fixing it now.
And how long can we last out on that?
Long enough to make Baldwin see sense any road.
And all he has to do is wait us out. He's not daft. If we can figure it out, I'm sure he can.
Have you got it sorted out? How much do you reckon we'll get?
There's not going to be any strike fund.
Eh? Great. Flaming marvellous.
Well, as of, in this moment in time, they don't feel that they can back us. Leastways, not officially. On account of Hilda not being at Union.
So we get notice, are it?
Well, they've asked me to keep them informed and let them know how things go.
Flaming Nora.
You said they'd back us, Ivy. You said it were definite.
Well, it's not definite. They won't. They just want to see how things go before they decide.
Pity you didn't check it out before we took that vote, isn't it?
Right then. Have you had your little meeting or what?
We have.
And?
We're on strike.
Didn't waste much time, did you?
I gave you fair warning.
Am I allowed to say in all this?
Unless you agree to take Hilda back, I think we've said all there is to say, don't you?
No. As it happens, I don't.
A chat can't do any harm, can it, Ivy?
You've taken your vote. You've naught to lose, have you?
I'll handle this.
So, how long's she stopping away for then?
Oh, just till the mother's better. A few days, you know. It was just a quarter, wasn't it?
That's right, yes.
Brett looking after you in the meantime, is she?
Just 45 pence, please.
Wouldn't say no to a bit of looking after myself. Not Bet's kind, leastways.
I'll take a slice loaf while I'm here, a small one.
No, I wouldn't object to that. Not one little bit.
Are you here to buy up to what?
Jar of instant coffee.
Mrs. Sharples.
Oh, give it him and get rid of him.
Cocoa in front of the old telly. Breakfast in bed, very cosy.
Give it a rest, will you?
And she pays the rent and all, you know. Yes, you are a man to be envied, Alf. You are definitely.
62 pence.
There you are. And don't worry, mate. The secret's safe with us.
You wouldn't credit it, would you? A grown fellow with a kid of his own. He's not but a big kid himself.
I ain't showing no signs of growing up. Still, he's got a point, you know, Rad.
Eh?
Folk like to think the worst of things, you know. It's human nature.
Oh, let him. Don't bother me.
It isn't a question of letting them love. It's much more a question of not being able to stop them. Ta-ta.
I'm not giving in, Ivy. I mean it.
Well, that is all there is to be said, then.
Not quite. I started this business from scratch. Yeah, all right, go on, you knock it. But if I hadn't have taken a chance, that lot out there wouldn't have had a job at all, would they? Now, does that give me any special rights, eh? No, not a bit of it. It's not enough that I started it, invested it. I'm supposed to let you tell me how to run it.
It's called industrial relations.
Oh, I see. That's what you call it, is it? Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with my industrial relations until you started throwing your weight around.
Well, if you hadn't thrown Hilda out of her job, I wouldn't have to, would I?
Hilda? Don't make me laugh. This strike isn't about Hilda. You've been waiting for a chance like this for a long time, haven't you, Ivy? You don't give a monkey's about Hilda.
If I didn't, I wouldn't be for striking, would I?
You're striking to get at me. Me personally. Because I'm a boss and you don't like bosses. Well, that's tough. Because until someone comes around with a better system, that's the way it's going to be. And this little strike of yours isn't going to change it. Not one bit.
We'll see, eh?
You bet we will. Right. I'm going to say this once and once only. Those involved with the strike leave the premises. Right now. Those of you that want to stay and work, well, that's fine by me. Well, come on, let's make your mind up, Time. You've had your vote. Now get on with it.
You all know where the door is, girls?
Well, that's it then.
Don't you believe it, mate. This is just a flaming start.
Shouldn't you be back at work by now?
Oh, let Susie hold the fort for once. It's quiet on a Monday anyway. It's quiet as a grave, that place, on a Monday. Are you feeling better now about the divorce and that?
You mean, have I got over it? Yeah, some things you don't get over, love. You just get used to them, that's all.
Yeah, but it's all behind you now, isn't it?
Oh, along with the rest of the shambles I laughingly like to call my life. Funny road. I made a new resolution, yet again. I'm not going to look back into the past. From now on, my eyes are going to be firmly fixed on the future.
I've been thinking about the present, me.
Oh, yeah?
Like you haven't got a job, have you?
Well, no, that thought had occurred to me, love, more than once.
Lest you go to Mike, get your old one back.
That's assuming he wants me back. No, I don't think so, love. It's not entirely what I want, I don't think. I think if you're going to turn over a new leaf, you need a new job to go with it, don't you?
Like what?
Like head buyer for Marks and Spencer's, chairman of the ICI, or is it chairperson? No, I don't know.
Seriously?
I'm trying very hard not to be serious, love. Because that way I'll start worrying, and that is not part of my scheme of things. No. Like Scarlett O'Hara once said, I'll think about it tomorrow. Or maybe the day after.
No, they're crying out for good cleaners these days. I'll have no problem. No problem.
Oh, pour another record on, Hildy. You've been droning on about that flipping job all day. I'm off now, Flower. There's some ham salad leftovers on the table if you fancy them.
Ta.
Oh, of course. You two are here on your tot now, aren't you?
We are, Hilda. And you can take that gleeful tone out of your voice for a start. Because we're not falling for it, are we, Al?
No.
Do you hear that, Hilda? It won't wash. there's no point in trying it.
Trying what?
Don't you fret, Petal. It'll take more than a few wagging tongues to put us off our stride, eh? I'll be back at closing time. Don't wait up for us, cock.
Well, I'll say this for Rainey. She's broad-minded, leaving you two together.
She's got no cause to be broad-minded. Well, she hasn't, and I'm fed up with folk making out she has.
No, well, you needn't bother about me in that quarter, Chuck, because you know me, I won't say a dicky bird. Chalk that up, will you? I'll settle up tomorrow.
Well, it's you. Suppose you're another one who thinks it's all a big laugh as well.
Huh?
Well, I don't. And if I had my way, I'd settle this stupid strike right now, and I don't care who knows it.
Strike?
What strike?
You don't know?
No, what?
Ivy's only brought us all out on strike on account of you and your flaming job, hasn't she?
Me?
And we're stopping out till Baldwin gives it you back, which will be sometime never the way he's carrying on.
Well, all of you?
As of dinner time today.
Well, fancy that.
How long do you reckon we'll be out for, Ivy?
As long as it takes.
It can take weeks, strikes, months even.
I've got my HP payment fine on my hi-fi at the end of the month.
You should have thought about that before you voted.
But if I don't keep up with payments, they'll, you know, repossess.
Oh, Baldwin will back down now we've come out. He'll have no choice. Right, Ivy?
What goes on there? Councillor what?
You could say that. We're on blooming strike, aren't we?
Strike?
Yeah, over Hilden, a flaming cleaning job.
I don't believe it.
Do you know, I'm going to wish I'd never listened to Ivy.
Well, that should liven things up more than somewhat.
Hardly a joke, Langton.
Strikes have a nasty habit of becoming very ugly, lad. Very ugly. Not least when they're on your own doorstep. Here, here.
Oh, look what the wind's blown in.
Oh, that's what I liked here. A nice warm welcome. What are you having, girls?
No, it's on us, Elsie. That'll be 1 G&T and 2 lagers.
Lager?
We're paying, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. Well, in that case, make it 1 lager and 2 straws.
Oh, Mrs. Sharples?
And so the Wanderer has decided to return.
Well, something like that, yeah.
So, are you back to stay, kid? Or is it just a visit?
To stay, and you can quote me on that.
Right, first off, we better organise ourselves.
What for?
Picket duty, where else?
Oh, you're not starting all that, are you?
Well, if we don't, we'll bring outside labour in. Look, only way we're going to win this is to make sure no gets in that factory or comes out. That way we'll hit him where it hurts, in his pocket.
Right, Mark is up for first shift. Well, someone's got to do it.
Oh, why you?
Oh, Mum.
Just you wait till you get home. Your father'll have something to say about this.
How about you, Vera?
Why not?
Kathy?
OK, but I'm not holding any of them silly placards. Feel daft enough as it is.
Oi, Ivy.
Well, the dynamic duo.
What'll it be, then? Oh, Scotch you do.
A scotch, please, Mrs. Walker.
No, on second thoughts, cancel that order. I don't like the company. No offence, Mrs. Walker. Come on.
I hope that's not the shape of things to come round here.
Hey, go on, off it. Go on home to your mother. Where have you been?
We've been coming.
I know you've been coming. It took you long enough.
We weren't that keen on strike at first place.
Well, you've got it, so shut up.
Are we official?
Eh?
Are we official? It says official picket line.
Well, the strike isn't official, but the picket line is, innit?
I don't know.
Come on, give us a song.
I'll give you a belt round here, all.
Hey, I'm on your side, you know me. Anything for a change. Must be nice for you, standing up, not working, instead of sitting down, not working.
We work a damn sight harder than you do.
You wouldn't know work if it stared you in the face.
Shut
Shut up, lots of you.
You spend enough time fooding, don't you?
How do you know if you're not there to see me?
Oh, go on, get out of it. It's not to do with you.
Oh, flaming Nora! Shut up, you lot, can't you?
Go on.
Get up.
What, love? What did he say? Did he shout?
No, love, it's this lot outside.
Oh. Thought perhaps you wanted me for something.
No.
Bye, heck, Alf Roberts. You can be cruel when you've a mind to. Well, do you fancy a cuppa, seeing as you're awake?
I'd soon have another half-hour's kip.
Then you shall have half an hour's kip. Anything. You just name it, and you can have it. And when Bet Lynch says anything, by heck, she means anything.
The pickets are out.
You are?
Across the road, they've got placards and everything.
Oh, they're not on strike again, are they?
They are, you know.
Well, what's all this about?
Hold on to your hat. Mike Baldwin sacked Hilda.
Sacked Hilda? Should have thought that was cause for a celebration.
Yeah, but you don't know why he sacked her. It was over a new sweeping brush.
Are you not laughing?
No, I'm not. I think it's pathetic.
Oh, come on, Elsie. Lots of strikes. Start from little things like that.
Yeah, that's what's pathetic.
This is a picket line.
Very nice. Yours, is it? That's a factory. Happens to be mine.
You're not allowed in there.
Look, before you allow these dead legs on picket duty, you want to make sure they know what it's all about. Like what they can do and what they can't do. Now, you lay a finger on me or any of my property, I'll have you in the neck so quick you'll wonder what's hit you.
Let him through.
Do you mind? There's folk up here trying to sleep.
And it's folk want justice down here.
What did you say? You wouldn't know justice if it's hit you in the flaming teeth. Now shut up and let folk get some rest.
Hey, what's going on up there? I don't know. Hey, watch your eye. I'm asking you not to cross this picket line.
As a member of the management, I'm going in.
You're one of us, you are. You're a member of the sewing room staff.
Could you stand aside, please? You've no right to stop me going in. Thank you.
Oh,
yeah, soft you are.
I'm not at sorts. I'm playing it by book, same as you are. That way they've got nothing to go on. So don't fret, they'll soon get fed up of us camping out here day and night. They're not the only ones.
Give you a rough time, did they?
No, not really. I just told them.
Did you? Good lad.
Oh, I saw June Hopkins from packing on her way in. She said her girls are coming in.
Yeah, well, they're not silly, are they? Full pay and hardly any work to do. I tell you, if this lot keeps up, we'll have to lay them off. We will, really. Hey, do you think we can meet that?
No way. Not unless they come back today.
Well, they're not going to do that, are they? Right, then, what about that one?
Huh? Oh, no.
Well, what about this Latham order? I don't want to miss that. That's a real big one.
That one there, yeah. No, well, that's halfway through.
Can you work one of those machines?
No, I can't.
Yeah, well, I don't want to miss that Latham order. I mean, I want the next one, and the one after that.
Hey, I tell you what we could do.
What?
We could send it down to the London factory, get it finished off there.
Yeah, good thinking. Is Alec in?
No, I haven't seen him.
Right,
but...
route him out. Help him get the stuff loaded. He'll be hitting the M1 before our Ivy is halfway through the first chorus of the Red Flag.
There, now help yourself to sugar.
Sure. Good job you're not working still across the road, isn't it? They've had you carrying a banner.
Oh, I don't think so. I'm not the striking type.
I doubt many people are. They just get dragged into these things and haven't a clue what they're doing.
I'm not so sure of that.
Millie Henshaw's Arthur has been out on strike from that dye works for 7 months. 7 long months and hardly a penny coming into the house. And when I asked her what he was striking about, she said she wasn't sure, but it was some sort of principle.
What principle?
You might well ask. She didn't know. Now, you know Arthur Henshaw. Nice, inoffensive little fella, wouldn't say boo to a goose. And somebody tells him to walk out of his work and stay out for 7 months without giving him any reason, let alone asking him whether he agreed to it or not. All the poor lad knew was that if he went back into his job, chaps he'd known all his life would stop speaking to him.
Oh, get it. I'm sure all strikes are not like that.
Quite a lot are.
And now watch it. It's been a long time since you worked in the mill, and all is not sweetness and light because they're not sending kids down the mine anymore.
Now, did I say that? Strike for a living wage if you like, but you don't bring a business to a close to buy a new brush head for Hilda Ogden.
Well, maybe that's the only trick they've got to strike with.
Right, well, they want to get some of them bigwigs from the trades unions to get their heads together and make a new one.
Yes, they'll have enough wood left over to make a chest of drawers, wouldn't they?
I was trying to be serious, and it wouldn't do you any harm to be serious.
Oh, is that what you've come round here for, to talk politics to me?
No, it suddenly bethought me this morning I'd better get across and have a word with her before she starts making another mess of her life.
I see. And what do you think of Margaret Thatcher, Mrs. Sharple?
Oh, she's very happily married. That's more than you are.
Drink your tea, you'll have it stone cold.
Well?
Well, what?
What are you going to do with your life? And don't go saying it's none of my business.
I wouldn't dream of it.
I should hope not. I've lived in this street a long time. And I can remember when you could lay your hand on more Yanks than Eisenhower, and I'm not having you going mad again. We're getting a bit old for that game.
Thank you. Have another cup of tea.
And less of the sarcasm. If I think you want talking to, I shall talk to you. And you won't shut me up by offering me another cup of tea or a piece of cake, which you haven't done yet.
It's there in front of you, slab cake. It's bought.
Oh, that's an idea. Why don't you start baking again?
Oh.
It's not full of seeds, is it?
Why don't you try it and see? You know what you make me feel like? Coming round here, offering me advice, treating me like a kid.
Ashamed of yourself?
Ashamed be blowed. Young. Here, come on, make a pig of yourself.
Hey, Steve, you're not one of them fellas who's given to crying, are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, good. Only you see, I only sleep across the road, and the sound of you skriking all night, well, it'd break my heart, it would.
Hey, less of that. We've naught against you, Steve.
You better not let her hear you talking like that.
I don't care what she is. Listen, she knows me. I ain't put my hand up for the sake of peace and quiet. And then she comes out with that no-strike pay lark. What we're supposed to live on.
Well, what about me? One-parent family with 3 kids.
Aye, look at her.
I'm only saying...
We know you're only saying. Don't you be getting frightened of Ivy Silsley. There's enough people in this world to be frightened of without adding her to your list. What are you having?
Half of it, sir.
Now for me. My stomach's a bit...
2 halves, love, please.
Hello? See, they're all standing up for my rights out there, showing bosses what solidarity is, eh?
We're not all that solid.
Oh, heck, we're not. Give us half a chance and we're back.
Oh, yeah? And what about my job?
What about it? Not as important to me as mine is, I'll tell you that for now.
Well, a fine trade unionist you are.
Look, I was a mother long before I was a trade unionist.
Hey, Vera, makes a lovely change, this, from having men arguing.
I only asked for 2.
Oh, so you did. Give us money for 2 and send out.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. You've got to pay for your mistakes in this world.
Bayek, you're right there.
Who pays for your mistakes, Fred?
I'll put it in, Mrs. Walker.
No, don't bother. But don't start a movement for subsidising drinks for strikers. That would bring the licensed trade to its knees. Rover's return.
Oh, Mrs. Walker, Mike Baldwin, is Steve Fisher there? Well, could I have a word with him, please? Well, I'd be grateful if you didn't shout my name too loud.
You are talking to the soul of discretion. Mr. Fisher!
Feel.
Thank you.
Hello, Steve Fisher.
Get over here right away, will you? Well, bring your pie with you. Mr. Farrell. Mr. Baldwin. Oh, Sammy, Mike Baldwin in. Yeah, look, clear those machines, will you, for tomorrow morning. I'm sneaking some half-finished gear out, the Latham order. Yeah. Oh, look, come to think of it, clear them in a couple of hours. Van should be there by about 3:30. Yeah, that's right, mate. Well, look, give us a tinkle when it arrives, OK? See ya. Here, got bowl.
Was that all you brought me back from the pub for, just to give Alec the van keys?
Now, would I do a thing like that to my junior executive? No. Alec's got a touch of the consciences, won't break the picket line. But I know someone that will, don't I?
Me.
Well, there's only 2 of us here, son, and I'm not going.
Do you know, Mrs. Walker? All that out there's on account of me.
Really? And do you consider that an achievement?
Well, there's not many as can say they've shut an entire works down, is there?
The face that launched 1,000 strikes.
Pardon?
A classical allusion, now that I come to think of it, not really very appropriate to you. Do excuse me. What on earth is this country coming to?
The brink of disaster.
Oh, heavens, no, much worse than that. We've been there for years. What is it now?
Knock it off, Muriel!
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get in the van.
Well, you're not making a very good job of it.
Well, I can do better.
Let's get it started. Muriel, Kathy, round the front. Go on then, run over them two.
Hey, she's only kidding.
I am not. Run over them if you dare, because that's the only way you've got to get in this van out here.
Yeah.
Karen, have a look in back.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Hey, now look, leave that stuff alone.
Oh, so that's your little game, is it?
Look, leave that stuff alone.
Go on then. Up it.
Watch yourself, Ivy's on her way over.
Well, what's been going on?
I don't know, but Steve Fisher was mixed up in it somehow.
Hey, what's been going on?
Well, if you'd have been outside, you'd see for yourself, wouldn't you? What do you think we're honking horns for?
You've been honking them horns all flaming morning.
I'll say amen to that.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Walker, but you can't have a strike without folk getting aerated.
And you must strike.
Yeah, we must. It's a matter of principle.
And anyone can see that you're all people of very high principles.
Some of us didn't want to strike it first place.
Well, you should have done.
Don't you talk to your mother like that, as I'll give you a good hiding.
Is it the beginning of World War III?
Right outside, lots of you. You're all on strike, so you can all do picket duty.
Some of us didn't vote to go on.
Look outside, I said. We took a democratic vote. You lost.
Right, heck. If I could get a couple of thousand tickets printed, I could make me fortune. It's better than any world title fight, that lot.
Look, it's serious, this, you know. It's not a game.
Serious. It's a flaming tragedy. If I was Martin Baldwin, I'd shoot the lot on you.
Oh, they are. There's bosses for you. Little Hitlers, every man jack of them. Am I right?
Don't drag me into your highfalutin arguments. I am just a simple little country girl. Isn't that right, Alf? Aren't I just a simple little country girl?
Oh, definitely.
There you are, and he should know we're living together.
By heck, you wouldn't credit it, would you?
I wish you'd keep your mouth shut.
Oh, shut up, Alf. If you watched everything you said round here, you'd never say a flaming word. I'm like that. I like a bit of fun. If folk take it the wrong road, blame them, not me.
Right, you're lovely when you're mad. What's she like when she's, you know...
See, he's at it now.
Only because he's an idiot. Now, what have you come in for? A drinker to make trouble?
We'll give it a pint.
Now you're talking. It's more like the Alf we've all come to know and love.
Hey, what have you got, mate?
I've got a bunch of fives for you if you don't shut up.
Honestly, Alf, you're getting worse. Why don't you look on the bright side of life for once?
Aye, Mrs. away from home, blonde barmaid in the house.
Give us a smile. He's right, you're dead lucky. There you go. Now broke, did it?
You're a rotten lot.
Yeah, but we're happy with it. There's plenty to smile about, Alf. There's... Well, there must be summit.
Well, if there is, I can't think of it.
Oh, there must be summit.
What do you mean, like the song says? Love will find a way. Want to get Ivy Tills in here and tell her. Or did she mention it this morning when she was pulling you out of the van?
Oh, now, look, I said I'm sorry about that. If you think you can do any
All
better...
all right, don't get your knickers in a twist. It's exactly what they want. Get us worried.
Well, they're doing it, no.
So calm down. Ask yourself, who's got the most brains, eh? Them or us? Well, come on.
Well, we have.
I should think so, and also use them. Sit down, have a little think. Grey matter, best weapon in the world.
Could we get the police in to get the van out?
Yeah, we could, but we're not going to. Directly a copper showed his face round here, they'd all be at it. Another Grumwig. Can you see yourself spouting out on news at 10? Here, what am I talking about? Do you know the number?
No.
Nah, too many people remember dues like that. Some of them could be customers. Got to keep a low profile in this business, son. Too many people are waiting to take a swing at us. No use sticking your neck out and helping them.
Is that the one, Annie?
That's the one with cheese sauce. Must be difficult doing two jobs.
Well, it would be if I was. Had a few days holiday with me at work, though, so I took them off while Rena's away.
Oh, I see. How's Rena? Do you hear?
Yeah, she's very well. She keeps ringing, you know.
Yes. Oh.
Now, Annie.
I must speak, Alf. I wouldn't be a friend of yours if I didn't, although I can see I hardly need to.
You mean about Bet staying here while Rena's away?
See, you know.
Well, of course I know. Well, everybody's on about it. They're all having a go.
I'm not on about it, Alf. I am just putting the point of view of a friendly onlooker. Now, I know nothing's going on, but it's ridiculous. Wouldn't it?
Yes, Annie, it would be ridiculous.
Well, of course it would. But you see, everybody doesn't see things quite as clearly as I do. Now, Alf, there are people not a million miles from here who would delight in having a quiet ride with Renee the moment she gets back. They don't care whether anything immoral is happening or not. If people are there together and the opportunity is there, that's all they need. The rest they'll make up. And a man and woman who aren't married but who are living under the same roof, well, that's opportunity enough. And sensible people don't give them that opportunity.
Oh, Bet. Oh, Mrs. Walker, I'm glad I caught you. Fred was asking, if you're sending the laundry tomorrow, do you want him to strip his bed?
Oh, thank you.
What sort of an answer's that? Hey, do you reckon it could be guilty conscience? Did you see what colour she went when I mentioned Fred's bed? Oh, excuse me, pot of tea for two coming up.
You know, given a couple of hours, I reckon I could get the hang of this.
They're not easy.
I know they're not easy, son, but it's a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah. Stupid challenge. Oh, I don't know. There's them out there and there's us in here. I mean, we all want the same thing. We all want to earn money so we can have a decent standard of living. And look at us, not a scrap of trust in sight.
Yeah, it's often like that in this country.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be. And I don't think it is. I mean, nobody really wants this. I mean, nobody wants to stop a factory working because of a brush.
Well, you tell them that, right? You go out and tell them that they're mugs and they should come back and see what will happen. I'll tell you what will happen. Not one of them will move a muscle.
That's because they're frightened of what you'll do to them.
Frightened of what I'll do? Me? They're no more frightened of me than they are of you. No, it's their own lot that they're dead scared of. The order of the day is follow that band. And if that band walks right over the edge of the precipice, follow it. Get those Federation files out, will you? Got some phoning to do.
Well, go on, tell me one employer who wouldn't get his labour cheap as he could, given a chance. Go on, tell me one.
I can't, but I've always reckoned the harder you work, the more you get it in the long run. I mean, it stands to reason, doesn't it?
All right. And say he pockets extra profit for himself like most of them do.
Well, what's productivity bonuses for then, eh?
Oh, look, will you be told? It's us and it's them. It always has been and it always will be.
Well, I reckon that's old-fashioned, or if it's not, it should be.
Look, Eileen, will you leave it to them that knows, love? What you having?
No more, I'm going.
Hey, don't you forget that you're on picket duty tomorrow morning. And you.
Where you going?
I told you I'm going to Clarence, see if I can get a couple of hours barmaiding. I've got to do something.
Oh, ASC tomorrow, kid.
Here. I wish it were more.
That's not the answer, is it?
Usual, is it, my love?
Well, I wasn't going to. Go on, then. No, I won't.
Now, come along, Alfred. Make up your mind. I'm all poised and ready.
No, I won't, love. I've just come to tell you something. You'll be on your own tonight, because I'm staying at the old house in Omdurman Street.
Something I've done?
No, love, no. I just want the house early, you know, so I thought I'd light a couple of fires.
Something I haven't done?
No, I've told you. You see, the coal fires, I don't want to leave. We don't want the house burning down, do we?
Definitely not. Enjoy yourself, Alf. No getting no girls in.
Very wise, very clever. A master stroke. Well done.
Come on now, Alf. What's your secret? How do you pull the bird the way you do?
I don't pull birds.
Ah, come off it. As soon as your missus has turned her back, you're at it.
Listen, can I give you some advice?
About pulling birds?
No, about keeping your mouth shut.
Ah, point taken. Can I give you some?
Go on.
If you're that innocent, stop getting so hot under the collar.
Hi, Elsie. Gin and tonic.
Oh, why not? Ooh.
Good evening, Mrs. Howden. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Mrs. Walker. There is, however, just one little thing.
Oh, yes, what's that?
I've decided to Revert, I think that's the word. Revert to my previous name.
Really? Grimshaw?
No, not that previous. The one after that. Tanner.
How very interesting. And one is allowed to, isn't one?
Oh, I'm sure one can, yes.
So from now on you're called Elsie Tanner?
If it's all right with you, kid, yeah.
It's no skin off my nose, Chuck. Is it something to do with not paying income tax?
No, nothing to do with that. So, Mrs. Walker, would you mind passing the word around?
Oh, of course. Quite exciting, isn't it, Bet?
Never a dull moment.
Oh, and I've been told to tell you. From now on, Elsie wishes to be known as Tanner, not Howard.
What for heaven's sake?
She thought it was fairly obvious. She didn't have a very happy life as Elsie Howard, so it's a very good way of putting it behind her. Rather a shrewd move, don't you think?
I reserve my judgment. I didn't think much of the life she led when she was Elsie Tanner.
It must be costing you a fortune, Mr. Baldwin, keep coming to work in taxis.
It's not the only bloody thing that's costing me, is it, Ivy?
Temper, temper.
I've told you, I'd rather spend a few bob on taxes than have you lot kick me car to pieces.
We are getting risky, aren't we?
Standing about on this rotten street day after day, it's getting on my way.
Where's your working class solidarity, Vera?
I don't especially like working class. I think you meet a lot of bums among them, if you ask me, like anywhere else.
You're dead right there, kids. Hey. Morning, Mr. Roberts. On nights this week, are you?
Yeah, well, you know, in a manner of speaking, like.
I heard that. Lies come very easy to your lips, Alfred Roberts.
Yeah, well, whose fault is it I have to tell lies? Definitely not mine.
Fancy a cuppa?
No, thanks, I had one earlier on.
Sleep all right, did you?
Fine.
Did you manage to light a fire in that?
Yes.
Like the old days, then?
What?
Been a bachelor again? Living in your old house all on your own again?
Yeah, except I'm not a bachelor, am I? I'm supposed to be a married man, and this is supposed to be my home.
Now, look, Alf. It's not my fault that you decided to camp out at your old house while Rena's away. I didn't exactly put your bus fare in your hand and push you through that front door, you know.
Yeah, I never said you did.
No. And if you ask me, it's the worst thing you could possibly have done.
Why is it? I reckon it's the best thing I could have done. Stopped all that silly chatter about you and me being under the same roof after the hours of darkness, didn't it?
So what harm were they doing? And anyway...
What?
Who's going to believe that you were sleeping at your old house just to air it? It's a pathetic excuse, Alf.
Yeah, well, you weren't getting it all, were you? You weren't getting Fairclough and Langton leering at you every time you went at Rovers.
I've had just the same as you, you know.
Well, you must have a thicker skin than I have, then.
I hope I have. I wouldn't like to think my life were at the mercy of the likes of them two. They no more believe that we were up to any hanky-panky than they believe in true love.
Don't you think so?
Oh, now, come on, Alf. You can't have your cake and eat it. You can't go round saying you want the quiet life and then go getting upset because folk think you're a natural candidate for it anyway. Now, be honest. Do you see yourself as a ram?
Well, of course I don't.
No, and neither does anybody else. Well, except perhaps Renee. I hope she does anyway. Which is precisely why I'm saying I think you made the wrong move.
Yeah, well, I don't see...
Don't you? Now ask yourself something, Alf. When Renee left here to look after her mum, do you think she thought anything about leaving us two together? Do you think it crossed her mind even for a single second that it was, well, a risky thing to do?
Well, no, I don't suppose she did.
No, but what's she going to think when she comes back and finds you've been sleeping at your old house? Why should he, she's going to wonder? And you know the old saying, Alf, there's no smoke without fire. I'll go.
Hello, Mike Baldwin Limited. Steve Fisher speaking. Oh, it's you. No, there's no change. Well, it's not up to me, is it? Well, that was bound to happen, wasn't it? If you're not being restocked, you're going to run out of gear, aren't you? No way. Because I've already tried to get some stuff out, and they nearly had me guts for a guitar string. Now, Susie... Look, don't do anything daft. Susie...
she want?
They've run out of jeans. She can't see why we can't make a delivery, seeing as how the Western Front's not on strike.
Neither can I.
Well, Ivy and her mates would never agree
That
to it.
doesn't make it right or even logical.
Oh, but it's logical to them. I mean, if we're still selling stuff through the shop, we're making money, aren't we? And the strike isn't 100% effective.
Yeah, how much would we be making, eh?
Not a lot. A drop in the ocean. compared.
Exactly. The price we pay is loss of goodwill in the Western Front. Could cripple the business for a few months. Could even cost a job.
One of the girls?
No one else works here, to my knowledge.
Oh, Mike, you can't.
I've got to show profit, Steve. If only to indulge that lot in the street, the occasional strike. Because that's what pays for strikes, you know, profits. No profit, no nothing.
Mrs. Ogden, the trouble you
That was just a slight pressure on the trigger. Now, from now on, kid, it's them or us. Same as it's always been in this stupid country. Why can't we grow up?
Yeah, all of us.
Eh?
Never said a word.
Have you finished yet? Come on, it's nearly opening time.
Oh, don't worry, I'll not be charging you any extra.
You're right there, love, you won't.
Although, mind you, I could do with it, though. Oh, I'm not half missing what I used to make over at factory.
Yes, but at least you have got a job, lovey, more than that lot out there, huh?
Well, I didn't ask them to come out on strike on my behalf.
No, but they did, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
More fools, them. Come on, Hilda. Look, Larry, as you're going to lose this job and all.
Hey, don't you take too much on yourself, Betty Turpin. Only Mrs. Walker's got the power of iron and fire round here, and she's away.
Yeah.
Hey, got a minute, Betty?
What?
Well, Monday, innit?
Yeah, all day.
Yeah, well, it'll be dead quiet tonight, won't it?
Well, hopefully, yeah.
Well, it will. Listen, I've been wondering if I could nick off about 9 o'clock, you know. I'll do me whack, you know me, love. I'll do more than me whack.
Seen the lot of her, aren't you?
Oh.
Oh, come on, Fred. I wasn't born yesterday from the Flying Horse.
Yeah, I've seen her a couple of times, yeah.
More like half a dozen. You were seen walking arm in arm in the park yesterday.
Rubbish.
That's what I was told.
Ah, well, it weren't the park, it were Bluebell Wood.
Oh, Fred, dear, at your age.
Spark of life, is that, Betty? The spark of life. Puts lead in your pencil. Come on, what about tonight?
I'll have to have a word with my colleague.
It must be quite difficult keeping the shop open and doing your own job as well.
Yeah, well, it's not easy.
Still, I suppose Bet's a tower of strength.
I try to be, Emily.
In fact, she saved my bacon only last night. Insisted on slipping back from the Rovers to sell me a packet of cocoa. You were working late, were you, Alf?
Yes, I was.
Well, don't go overdoing it now. If you want somebody to step in for an hour any time, don't hesitate to ask. I'll willingly do it if I'm available.
Oh.
Thank you. When's we need you back?
Tomorrow.
Oh, well, it's not too long then. Bye.
Ta-ra, love.
Bye, Emily. Decided to keep Mum about it, have we?
What?
Slipping off home at nights. I think you're very wise.
Yeah, well, there's no need to tell everybody, is there? Just the awkward ones.
What about tonight?
I've not decided yet.
You'll be absolutely safe, you know, Alf. If you decide to stop here. I'll guarantee that. So long as you can control yourself, absolutely nothing will happen.
Thank
you.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you could come in.
I've been giving poor Alf a hand, and I am not all that late.
Poor... Oh, Alf?
Yeah, Rena's away, so Alf's holding fort at the shop.
Oh, I see.
Hey, don't go pulling his leg, will you?
Pulling his leg? What about?
Well, you know about him and Bet living there together on their own. A lot of the lads have been very cruel, you know.
I can imagine.
I mean, so much so that poor Alf's been sleeping at his old house just to shut him up. He said it'd give the place an airing.
Oh, dear.
See the shop stewards are out in full force again? Is it funny how a strike seems to fill the nearest pub?
Well, I suppose they're entitled to a rest and victuals, even if they are on strike.
Maybe, but having them in a pub somehow tends to make the whole thing look like a picnic. Well, it does to me anyway.
I think you're being a bit old-fashioned, Bet. You know, you're not required to suffer when you're on strike. Well, not anymore, anyway.
Oh, it is a picnic then, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's a positive protest, a public statement, an assertion that you're being unjustly treated.
Well, all I can say, Ken, is I can think of worse ways of spending a summer's day like being inside that factory.
And then when he'd gone to bed, she nips into the yard and she slings this bloke's shoes off at Warmington back. And one of them only goes and knits a coating cover, doesn't he? I wish I could. Oh, Vera, for God's sake, won't you let your face crack for a flaming second?
My legs are aching, if you must know. It's all this standing about.
Look, another few days and Baldwin will come capping hand to us. He You can tell he's cracking with his attitude.
Another few days and I'll have varicose veins. Not to mention a black eye from you-know-who. Oh, he's told me. He's going to plonk me one if I don't take a wage home again this week.
Look, you refer him to me if he as much as touches you. We've got to stick together for a few more days, that's all.
Yeah.
Hello, Steve. What are you doing on your own over there?
I managed to keep busy, Ivy.
Which is more than we are. Well, come and join us, love. You're very welcome. That'd be the day.
I'll leave it out, Susie. You know it'll only cause more trouble. Fred?
Yes, folks.
3 halves of lager, please, mate, and
Yeah, okay.
pies?
Yeah. No thanks, I'm not hungry.
Just 2 pies, then.
3 lagers, 2 pies.
Thanks very much.
Steve was right, Susie. I think we should just forget it, let it blow over. I mean, normally this isn't normal, Gail. They've gone on strike over silly Mrs. Ogden, or I wouldn't pay them washers any road. And then they say we can't do our job either. No consultation, no nothing, as if they've the right. As if by going on strike turns them into God. Well, no way.
But it's no skin off our nose, is it? I mean, it doesn't affect us, does it? Does it?
Well, Mike did say there was a possibility, only a very, very slight possibility.
Of what?
No, he was exaggerating.
Of what, Steve?
Well, he did say if the Western Front ran out of stock and it lost its goodwill, it could cost the job.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Gail, we're going to the factory, we're getting the gear, and that lot can go to hell.
Tom, mate. Hey.
What?
Didn't I see you in Ruskin Avenue this morning about 8:30?
Me?
Sure it was you.
No, you're mistaken, Stanley.
Well, it looked like you.
Well, what would I be doing in Ruskin Avenue at that time of the morning?
That's what I thought. I thought, hello, Alf. He's got a little bit of nonsense up here while Reenie's away. And I thought, no. No chance.
Well, thank you for that vote of confidence and trust, Stanley.
Well, it wasn't because of that.
Wasn't it?
I thought, why does Alf want a bit of fluff up here when he's got a spatty little bit down there, you know? You've got it made, haven't you? No danger. Ta-ra.
We're shot for dinner.
Alf, it's me.
Hello.
Hello, love. Well, aren't you pleased to see me?
Well, of course I am, yeah. It's just I was expecting you back tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I know, yes. But my mother was so much better today, and I thought, well, my husband needs me more than she does. So I caught the first bus home. Do you want to get a kiss? That's better. No, I know, Mum. Cup of tea, eh?
Smash it.
No problems, eh, Court?
No.
Was Bet been a good help? You see, isn't it a good thing we didn't get rid of her?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Stan?
Yep.
I can't manage.
Eh?
I can't manage without my wages from factory.
What do you mean you can't manage?
Well, it's not that hard to understand. I can't manage. I don't get enough housekeeping. It's only Monday and I'm skint.
Well, you've done your shopping, haven't you? I mean, your big shop.
Yeah, Friday.
Well, we'll have to make it last, that's all.
Well, what do we eat?
What you got on Friday?
Oh. Well, I got mainly soap flakes, washing up liquid, salt, tomato sauce, pickled onions and toilet rolls. I could make a stew out of them.
Why didn't they get any food?
Because I was down on all the other flaming
Well,
things.
you shouldn't be down, should you? That's bad business. Who told me I don't run my business like that?
I'll start again. I can't manage without my wages from the factory. It's only Monday and I'm skint.
But what do you want me to do?
Put your hand in your pocket, take out what's there, and we'll discuss priorities, like food and ale, that sort of thing.
Hey, that's me spending money.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. Should just scrape through on them till Thursday, if we only have teas.
You've only left me £1.
Tough, Stanley. Tough. Let's just call it your contribution to my cause, eh?
I bet you're glad you're not affected, aren't you?
But we are affected.
Are you Australian?
We've got no stuff to sell, have we?
I'm sorry. You're a change, love.
See ya.
Ta-da.
Oh,
Ivy.
Yes, love? Is it all right if we slip across to the factory? There's something we haven't told Steve, private like.
Yeah, carry on. We don't want to stop well going round. We're not killjoys, you know. Although there's some who thinks we are. Give us it in a corn beef, love. A small one. If I don't have something for his tea when he gets home, I'll be camping out there myself. I bet you're sick at sight, Sorrows, aren't you?
Well, as a matter of fact...
Well, it won't be for long now.
Oh?
Baldwin's on point of giving in.
Is he?
Yeah. And he'll be back to business, as usual, for you, making your fortune out of us like you do.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
No, but we are sorry if your trade suffered in any way, lovey. You know, but I mean, it weren't our fault. We didn't start
I
it.
know that, Ivy. And you know you do have my support. You changed.
It's all lovely seeing you. Hello there. Hey, you've not had much sleep, have you? Ta-ra, love.
Ta-ra. What does she mean you haven't had much sleep?
I've no idea, love. Look, I'll try not to be too long at this meeting, but it's one of those meetings, it could go on forever.
Do you know, I think you're getting tired of me.
How do you mean?
I haven't been home more than an hour and you're off out already.
Well, I've got to go to this meeting, love.
Yes, of course you have. Oh, just say you've missed me.
Well, of course I've missed you. You don't know how much.
Go on, off you go.
Okay.
Where do you think you two are going with that lot?
To the shop, what do you think?
You've got to be joking.
That's the most simple. She's a big head, that's for sure.
We've run out of jeans, Ivy. That's all. We've got just a few pairs of jeans.
No way.
You can say that again.
So just what are you saying? That none of you care if me and her lose our jobs?
What are you talking about?
Mike Baldwin says if we've got nothing to sell, shop loses customers, we lose our jobs.
It's having your arm. Of course he is.
Is he? Can you be sure of that? Well, can you?
It doesn't make any difference, love. You're in this with us, whatever happens.
Oh, so we all got the Swanee together, that's it, is it?
Yes, if that's the way.
What a waiter on a tripe shop.
Shut up, Vera.
But we're not involved, Ivy.
You are.
And on our side of the fence. Because you're not management, are you?
Oh, go to hell. Just none of you come to me for a favour, that's all.
Oh, don't worry, love.
Another shouting match across the street. I don't know, there's never a dull.
Do you know you could catch Concord in that?
You're not supposed to be here till tomorrow.
I know, that's what everybody keeps saying. And in exactly that same tone of voice. I'm beginning to feel unwelcome.
Did we get there wrong or something?
No, you didn't. I just came home a day sooner, that's all. Maybe they picked up a lot better than I thought, you know. I am entitled. Oh, I shouldn't have filled in an application form, should I?
Don't be so daft. Nice to see you, love. Nice.
That's better. Now, how have things been? I haven't had a chance to ask my husband yet. He skedaddled off to town hall before I could get my coat off proper.
Did he? Oh, well, things have been, you know, same.
Oh, how boring.
Yeah, I was saying that to Betty only this dinner. I said, Betty, ain't life boring?
What did she say?
Oh, Betty said, yes, life is very boring.
Are you feeling all right?
Well, I felt a bit sackless earlier on, but I've recovered. Well, you have to, haven't you?
I wasn't really inquiring about your health, Bet. I was just wondering, well, how you and Alf have been getting on, you know.
Me and Alf?
You haven't been falling out, have you?
Me and Alf?
That's twice you've said that. Yes, you and Alf, the fella are married.
Don't be silly. Why should me and Alf fall out? We've been like sisters.
No, I just thought, you know, with him dashing off like he did and you behaving, well, a bit strange. I just wonder whether he'd been having a row or something.
Did he say we had?
I told you. He's hardly said anything.
Well, there you go, then. Least said, soonest mended. So if nothing's ever been said, nothing's ever been broken, has it?
Did you make it up?
I think I must have. I've never heard it before.
Where's my tea?
Oh, don't go having heart attack, Stanley. It'll not take me a minute, it's only salad.
Salad? I can't work on salad doing my job.
Well, rabbits seem to manage very well off it. Think of the work they put in. Anyhow, it's all I can afford is a sardine salad.
Oh dear.
What?
I've had a bit of luck this afternoon.
All right. Couldn't have been on the horses, I should never have mentioned it.
I can't back horses, can I?
No, you can't, but you do. You can't afford to suck neither, but you do. In fact, come to think of it, Stanley, you're a very clever fella. An ecumenical genius, in fact.
Have you finished?
Well, Sorry, Chuck, what are you saying?
Well, I was working at the abattoir this afternoon and I met this bloke, you know, one of the bosses.
All right.
And he mentioned this job,
What job?
cleaning, you know.
Ooh, at the abattoir.
So I gave him your name.
What, me? Clean at the Stanley, you know what they do down there, don't you? It's not a flaming candy floss factory,
It's
you know.
not where they do that. It's the offices. Cleaning offices.
Oh, I see. When?
Evenings. Same hours you got over there. Handy like, isn't it?
Abattoir offices, eh? They're brand new, them, aren't they?
We're out in about a year.
You know I've got to hand it to you, Stanley. I'll never be one of the 1.5 million unemployed. Not with you here to look after me interests.
I always have your interest at heart, Chuck.
Whose interests?
I wish you'd stop keep coppering up.
Listen, I like to know exactly how skint I am.
Tell you what, fed up with supping beer, I don't like it. I never have. Well, you could have gone straight home, love. Nobody forced you to come in here. Well, you've got to have a bit of relaxation now, haven't you?
Do you know, I feel more tired not working than I do when I'm actually working.
This is where you all are. I thought you'd gone home.
You can buy your own drink, we all have.
I've not come for a drink. I've got a message for Ivy.
What message?
Well, in what you know at Union office.
Phil Smith?
Just after you'd gone, he come looking for you. He's got a very nice car, hasn't
Oh,
he?
go on.
Well, he says he's had the nod that Baldwin's been on to a place in Bury, asking this place if he can finish off an order for him, and it's all but fixed up.
Is it now?
I thought you said strike were all over about shouting.
It is. It's just that Baldwin's a bit thick. It's taking a long time for it to sink in. Place in Bury, indeed, a fat chance he's got.
Hello.
Is Fred in?
I think he's still getting ready.
Oh, well, I'll have a drink.
Right.
Lager, please.
Lager. Is he taking you somewhere nice?
Do you know, I've no idea.
Well, he's good company, isn't he, Fred?
I think so. Well, I wouldn't be going out with him, would I? If I didn't.
Well, no, I suppose you wouldn't, but you see quite a lot of each other, aren't you?
Oh, eh?
So I've been led to understand.
Oh, you never believe anything here in a pub, love. I mean, I should know working in one myself.
Tell you something, Talma. You're as close as Fred is.
That's weird.
Okay.
Bit early, aren't you, sunshine?
Well, I thought if I came sooner he'll be able to get away. You know, it'd be a hint like to...
Oh, good thinking.
Where are we going?
Well, where do you want to go?
Fred, you're the fella. Be masterful.
Well, I'll just have to think of somewhere, then, won't I? Here's your drink.
Thank you, love. Hark at the young lovers.
Yeah. I think they make a very handsome couple myself.
They would, Betty, if only it weren't for Fred.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's not the one, you know. The next Mrs. June.
Yeah, you should be so lucky.
Thank you. You're glad to be back?
Oh, yeah. My mother is a bit of a moaner.
I know what you mean, exactly like Uncle Albert. Still, I'm certain Alf's glad that you're back.
Thank you. Any particular reason in mind?
Well, I mean, poor old Alf having to go and sleep in his old home because people have been pulling his legs about Bet. Still, I know how he feels. Men can be pretty cruel about that sort of thing. Bye.
Right, I'll get off with this.
Could you do a couple of these for me before you go?
Of course I can.
Alf, can I ask you something?
Well, if you can't, I don't know who can.
Well, it's about you moving out like you did the other night.
Well, I told you why I went.
Yes, I know what you told me.
Well,
Morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Tin of salmon, please. Holiday weather.
yes.
You going anywhere this year?
Yeah, we thought we'd take the yacht down to Nassau, you know, only I think the big end's gone again. Are you?
Well, in a mad moment, I did think of going to have a look at the rose-red city, half as old as time.
Where the heck's that one? It's at home.
Jordan, actually, a place called Petra. Still, knowing me, I'll probably end up sitting at home, staring at the wallpaper.
You take my advice and make the effort. It's well worth it.
I'm sure you're right. It's just not quite the same, somehow, seeing these places on your own.
Still, you never know your luck, you know. You might meet a handsome young man who's also on his own.
It's not a very likely event in my case, I should think.
Anything else, ma'am?
Not for the moment, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later, then. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Alf Roberts, are you going to tell me what went on when I was away? Because if you don't, there's plenty out there who will.
You know, I wish you'd never gone to your mother's.
I'm listening.
Well, it were all daft. I mean, it was just talk.
Talk about what?
Well, you know, about me and Bet.
You and Bet?
Oh, I told you it were daft.
And you thought that if you moved out, that would stop them talking?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Alf, where were you when brains were being given out? Had you lost your ration book or something? It was the worst possible thing you could have done.
That's exactly what Bet said herself.
She were right. They hadn't had anything to talk about until then. Had they?
Of course they hadn't.
And then you go and do a moonlight flit and they start thinking. What's been going on across there, they say to themselves.
Yeah, well, I didn't think of that.
Oh, Alf, you are an innocent abroad.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll have to get off to work, love. Yeah, well...
Been busy, have we?
Betty, love, I sometimes wonder how I keep up.
Yeah. Didn't think about doing out useful, did you, while you were waiting for me, like getting stuck into 200 or 300 of these mucky glasses?
Well, it did cross my mind, Betty, love, and then I thought, no. After all, Betty is the captain of our merry little band while the Queen Mother's away. And just because she's overslept, it's not my place to muscle in.
To put it another way, it's much more fun painting your nails. And for your information, I didn't oversleep. My bus never came.
Do you know it's happening a lot that lately since they improved the service?
Yeah.
Do you like them?
Oh, hey, where did I last see nail polish that colour?
Where?
Oh, I Curse of the Vampires. After one of them had just finished the tea, or was it the supper?
Yeah, that were it. Roy Rogers were in it and Trigger.
Waterproof, is it? Yeah, it better be, for when you get stuck in that washing up.
Morning, girls.
Morning.
Hello, Freddie, love.
All right.
Can't grumble.
Yeah.
Well?
Well, what?
You know.
I know what?
I just know he's going to be maddening again. Freddie, love, what Betty wants to know is whether you did or you didn't last night.
Did or I didn't what?
Get anywhere with your girlfriend.
You know what Shakespeare said, don't you?
Shakespeare?
When in danger or in doubt, keep your flipping bugles out.
Oh, it was Shakespeare that said that, was it, Fred?
Yeah, to Anne Hathaway. Right up until it was Anne and all, I'll tell you.
Fancy. Wembley Stadium. Oh, who shall I say wants to speak to him? Freddie, love, it's for you, it's Alma.
Hello, Alma, love. Fred here. Oh, smashing. Lovely. Look, you're going to have to take this on the extension, love. It's a bit public here. And stick this back in the hoop for me, will you?
You don't think?
No. He'd know if there was no click.
Pity.
Yeah.
Sorting him out then, eh, love?
Donkeys. That's all I can pick. Flaming donkeys.
Do you know, I've never had much luck with horses myself. I knew a very nice jockey, though, once.
Why?
His name was George, but they used to call him Andy. I found out one night why. Do you know my shoulders were black and blue next morning? And, oh, they're passionate jockeys. I think it's something to do with their eyes. Mind you, at 4'2", you've something to prove, haven't you?
Yeah, Chuck. 5 with and 1 without.
Oh, thanks, Hilda. Do you know you've saved his lives? Do you know, my tongue was sticking to me, class. I think it's all talking you do. You know when you've no else better to do?
Well, it's the least I can do after the way you've all took my part.
Oh, say no more, kid. There comes a time, love, in everybody's life when you have to stand up and be counted, don't there?
Yeah, well, it's very good of you, Annie Road.
I'll bring cups back. Ta-ra, Stan, love.
Hello.
Ta-ra. Hey, Stan.
Yeah.
This job I'm going to see about at the abattoir.
What about it?
Well, would it be right, do you think, for me to take it, like?
What do you mean, right?
Well, I mean, with all them being out of work on my behalf, it just doesn't seem right somehow.
You've every right to look for work if you've been sacked.
Oh, I know that.
And you've no guarantee they'll get it back for you. You didn't ask them to come out, did you?
No, I know that, Chuck. It's just that... Well, how will it look when they find out?
If they find out.
How do you mean?
I know. You know. Nobody else knows. There's no sense in upsetting them because of that, is there?
Oh, no. No, I suppose there's not really, is there?
That's us up the Swanee, isn't it? And the strike.
Don't have to be.
Well, it does if Baldwin really has switched his order to Cotham's. I mean, that road he can hold out forever.
Which is more than I can, I'm telling you.
If we let him get away with it, he can.
Well, how can we stop him?
We can't, but we've got mates at Cotham's that can.
Where you going?
I'm going to ring Cotham's. I'm going to get hold at convener and let her know what's going on. Can I use your phone, love?
Yes, help yourself, love.
No, can I use extension? Because it's private, you know, union business.
Yeah, straight to there, don't worry.
Ain't life funny, though, the way it does things to folk?
How do you mean, love?
Well, not long since Ivy Tilsley was just an ordinary human being like the rest of us. Now she's Big Red Ivy, local militant.
Well, I've said it before, say it again. I think there must be out of their minds going on strike over a flaming sweeping brush.
Oh, yeah, only that's not what it's really all about, is it, Betty? I mean, it's about victimisation, unfair dismissal.
You saying you think they're right, then?
Oh, no, I'm not taking sides. All I'm saying is they've got a point.
If you ask me, the whole thing could have been settled in 5 minutes flat round a table. Given a grain of sense.
Yeah, but if you say that about most of these things, Fred, couldn't you? I mean, what causes most of these flare-ups? A demand for more money, better conditions, not very often. It's more likely to be a boss feeling liverish and a bolshy shop steward.
There's a ring of truth in that and all.
There's a great deal of truth in that.
Well, if it's done now, else, it's brought a bit of colour into Dale Ogden's life.
Yeah, well, colour she could have well done with that, I reckon.
I don't know, Betty. If she plays the cards right, she could come out of this little lot a local folk hero. Is that right, Ivy, love?
What's that?
From now on, Hilda Ogden's known as the Weatherfield One.
I'm sorry, Bet. I don't happen to find anything to laugh at. Not victimisation.
Hey, what did she say?
She's going to ring me back.
Hey up, Yorkie, bear and boo-boo.
Good morning, ladies.
It was.
And how are things on the bread line?
We'll save you a place, Mr. Baldwin.
That'll be the day.
Could be sooner than you think.
Morning, staff. How are we?
Well, it's what you might call a common problem, like. There's a demand for our stuff. We just haven't got any stuff to sell.
Well, if it's any consolation to you, it's costing me a far sight more than it's costing you.
Oh, I don't think that's so, really. We're not earning a penny in commission.
Don't worry. The cavalry coming over the hill any time now, right, Steve?
Let's hope so.
You've said that before.
You'll see. Bet. A large scotch for me, a pint for him, and give the girls a refill, will you?
Oh.
Hey, I don't know about you lot, but I'm that hungry I can eat an earth.
If you stop in here long enough, love, there's every chance you will. Hey, let's go to Irene, see if she's any pies left.
Yeah.
Hello, Hilda.
All right, Hilda, love.
Yes, thank you.
How'd you get on?
It's mine if I want it.
What did you say to him?
Starting tonight.
Smashing!
Yeah.
What are you having?
A light out.
Ain't there no meat and tater left, then?
I'm sorry, love, there isn't. I only ordered about half as many, you know, with nobody working across the way.
What have you got, then?
I got a couple of steaks, love, but they're cold.
Oh, let's forget it. Go to Chip, yeah?
Give us 10 tit, love, then, while I'm here, will you?
How are things going, then? You said there'd be some developments.
So?
Suppose you know what you're doing?
Well, if we didn't, we won't be doing it, would we?
No, I suppose not.
Mind it has its compensations picketing out there.
Has it?
Oh, you see all sorts from across that road, especially looking in this direction.
Like what?
All right, Ida, forget it.
No. If she's anything to say, let her say it. But don't just hint at it, love. Come straight out with it.
I'm sure I'm not hinting at anything. All I'm saying, the sights you see at bedroom windows. Men in the pyjamas, women in the nighties. At same window.
All right, Ida, forget it, I said. You've said enough.
More than enough, I'd say.
Whoever they are. Hi, how are you?
I'm all right, you?
Hello. Peace offering?
Eh?
Well, it usually is when you buy the wife flowers.
Oh, no, not really. It's just that Rena likes a few flowers in the house, you know.
Oh, Alf, you shouldn't have. And in front of all these people, you're going to get us talked about again.
Look, I'll have a pint of bitter out of you unless you're your lip.
There's one thing that turns my knees to water. It's a masterful and domineering man.
Hey, you know what you are, don't you?
What?
You're wicked.
Well, Betty, I have to admit it, love. I am what they would have called in the old Hollywood films a dangerous woman.
Oh.
Barbara Stanwyck could have done a picture about me.
Oh!
Good fellow.
Oh, dear.
Right,
right.
He was in a lot of you. Like your friendly face.
Is Fred in?
Well, he's somewhere around. He keeps nipping off for a little rest. I reckon it's his age.
Oh, yeah, I remember to tell him.
Hey, don't you dare. Is he?
Hello, look.
Fred?
Hey, I thought I said I was going to pick you up.
Well, I got away early, so I thought I'd save you the trouble.
Oh, smash it. I'll just go get my coat.
Right.
I'll see you later. All right. Better go.
Mate, getting to be like one of the family.
Just what she said.
Still, we're lovely with it, aren't we?
Just what I said.
Hey, right then.
I am if you are.
Going somewhere nice, Freddie, love?
Shakespeare to you.
Do they make a nice couple or don't they?
Yeah, not bad. Seeing half of it's Fred.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Guess who?
What are you doing home at this time of day?
Well, I thought I'd surprise you with that bread man that fancies you. No, I've brought you a little present.
Oh, thanks. I'll put it in water.
Is summer talk?
Yes, there is, as a matter of fact.
Well, go on then.
Well, I had one or two from across the road in at dinner time, you know, from the picket line.
Oh, yeah.
Had one or two things to say. Oh, nothing you could sue anybody for slander for, but one or two things about goings-on across here. About seeing certain people in the pyjamas together.
Oh, well.
Is that all you've got to say?
Well, do you really think...
I don't know what to think.
Well, what do you take me for? It was just...
Yes?
Look, they were making a noise one morning, and I was still in my pyjamas. I leaned out of the bedroom window and shouted at them. And when I turned round, there were... Bet standing there.
She had some clothes on, I hope?
Well, of course she had. Look, there was nothing to it, love.
Except half the street just happened to see you. Right?
Well, one or two of them saw you.
Yeah, well, one or two is enough. Alf, will you please put my mind at rest and tell me that Ill Ogden didn't see the pair of you streaking down Coronation Street while I was away?
It's not funny, love.
Who's laughing? I'm heartily sick of it.
You're sick of it? How do you think I feel about it? Look, that is exactly why I went away that night.
And made things worse.
Yeah, maybe so, but if you hadn't gone to your mother's in the first place and left us here together...
Nick! It's coming to something when you can't even go to your mother's without ending up in News at World.
Yeah, all right, let's calm down, shall we? I mean, there's no point in having a row about it, is there? Anyway, it's all over and done with, isn't it?
But it's not, Alf, is it?
How do you mean?
It's not, and it never will be until we do something about it. Something we should have done ages ago if we haven't been so flipping soft.
All right, you lot. Come on, let's see your bottoms.
Cheers.
And that includes you two. This isn't a phone booth, it's a pub.
Thanks. Thanks a million.
Well,
Are you going to tell Baldwin?
What do you think? Do you really think?
what?
You know, Fred, I mean, Willie, you know.
Well, I think he will myself. And I reckon he could do a lot worse.
Yeah, I suppose he could. Hey, we've got company.
Oi, what are you doing here?
I'm just picking up a box of tissues. You don't mind, do you? I mean, it's not what you call a lockout, is it?
You know how it is, darling. You're welcome back any time you want to start working for a living again.
Could be a long time, could that?
You're lost.
Have you heard from Cotham's yet?
What the hell's Column's got to do with you?
I thought they'd have been in touch.
No, why should they be?
Well, to let you know, that they can't handle those orders that you tried to switch to them. Not wanting a strike of their own, like.
What have you been up to now, Ivy?
I think it's what you call workers' solidarity, Mr. Baldwin. United we stand, divided we fall, like. Or to put it another way, my colleagues at Cotham's are blacking any work that you push from here to there. Perhaps that's them now confirming it.
I'll get it.
I don't know why you don't make it easy on yourself and reinstate Mrs. Ogden.
No way. Never.
Suit yourself.
Like I said, sir, I'm terribly sorry. We'll get on it as soon as we can.
Was it Cotham's?
Aspinall screaming about the order they put in last week.
So let them scream, it's a hard world all round.
So you're going to ring Cotham's?
No, waste of money, you heard what she said. Cotham's want to strike like they want a hole in their head.
Well, what are you going to do?
Don't worry, my son. There's more than one way of skinning a cat. And it's going to be a real pleasure skinning Ivy Tilsley.
Do you want the last biscuit?
No, go on, you have it.
Make me an homemade.
That's not very likely. Have you ever thought of settling down, you know?
Thought about it, yeah.
Nothing against it, like?
If the right fella came along. Nice cup of tea.
Yeah. Thing I used to love that, you know, when my mum used to take us on sands at Scarborough.
What?
Well, you know, a jug of tea on the sands and that. I wonder if they still do it.
I expect so. I could stop here forever.
Yeah. Chance would be a fine thing.
You're working tonight, then?
Yeah. Tonight and every night this week. You?
Yeah, worse luck.
Worse luck? How do you mean, worse luck?
Hate that place.
What? It's a nice little pub, I would have thought.
Still a pub, though.
Well, I mean, you look so happy. You always look as if you're enjoying yourself.
It's what I'm paid for, love.
You don't like it?
Like it? Oh, I loathe it.
Why?
Have you got an hour? Well, for starters, there's the work itself, isn't there? 8 hours a day on your feet, and at the worst end of the day, as often as not.
Yeah, but it's interesting work, though, Alma, isn't it? You know, meeting all them people and that.
Yes, Fred, but the people, the drunks and the smart alecks and the louts and the know-alls, the ones who ask you for a bottle from the bottom shelf just so they can look up your dress. And there's the rest of it, isn't there?
The rest of it? How do you mean, the rest of it?
Well, the things they come out with, the jokes they tell, and the language. Honestly, they say things in front of a barmaid. Well, a fellow would half kill somebody if I'd said it in front of his wife. Tell you, Lovey, it wouldn't bother me if I never saw the inside of a pub again.
Oh, I see.
I've not said something, have I?
Of course not, no, love. I just didn't realise that was how you felt, that's all. I suppose it's different for a bloke, isn't it? You know, it makes it hard for me to understand. I can't think of anything better than being my own landlord, you know. It's one of my most cherished ambitions, is that, love? Having a pub of my own. Well, one day.
Oh, I see. And for that, you're gonna need a wife, right?
Right,
And one who'd enjoy being a landlady?
right.
Pity. We can't change the way we feel.
No.
Mistake to try.
Yeah, I suppose it is, love. Well, better be getting on, eh?
Right.
Do it again sometime, eh?
Why don't we do that?
They're nice.
Alf bought 'em.
I know. He had 'em in pub with him. I was pulling his leg about 'em.
There's been a lot of that going on lately, hasn't there, Bet? Leg pulling.
It was only a bit of fun, really, love.
No, but it does seem to have got out of hand.
It was only a bit of a laugh.
At Alf's expense.
Hey, kid, that were Alf's fault for taking off like a scared rabbit.
But he shouldn't have had to do, should he?
Well, I didn't make him do it.
Well, you see, you did in a way, Bet, just by being here. Which just goes to prove, well, it's not on, is it?
Not on?
I'm sorry, Bet, but you're going to have to find somewhere else. I've had enough. And no messing about this time, eh?
Messing about?
You know exactly what I mean.
No, I'm not so sure that I do know what you mean, love.
Oh, come on, Bet, admit it. You've never made any attempt to find somewhere else. Well, not a serious attempt, anyway.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but did you or did you not stand at that bar not, 3 months since with your nearest and dearest, and tell me to my face how sorry you be to see me go?
I know what I said, yeah.
Yeah, well, what you said is all I've got to go off, love. I'm not from outer space.
You know exactly how we felt. You just chose to ignore it. Anyway, that's not really the point, is it?
Isn't it?
No, not really. No more than this silly business is. It's the whole situation. You see, when you just get married at first, you don't expect to have another woman strolling around the house half naked while your husband's eating his cornflakes.
Now, come on. When have I ever so much as flashed a bare shoulder at your Alf in cold blood?
All right, I'm exaggerating, but not all that much. I know you don't do it on purpose, love, but... Well, it's just... You see, it's just that you're not like us, are you? I mean, look at that Cliff, whatever his name was, the one who had staying here.
Now, don't you start about him again. I thought we'd finish with him.
Well, it's just not on bet, not when you're respectable. It's not fair on us or you.
Not fair? It is my flat, really, one I am paying very good rent for.
That's just it. It's not really a proper flat. You know, not self-contained. It's part of our house, our home. I mean, heavens above. Me and Alf aren't prudish or anything, but, well, your values aren't our values, are they?
Well, if you put it like that, kid, not a lot more to be said, is there?
No. I'm sorry, but... No, there isn't. No.
Non-union labour?
That's right. If they don't want to work, I'll bring in someone that does.
But the union will never wear
The
it.
union won't be able to do a flaming thing about it.
But Mike, non-union labour.
They want to fight, right? Well, they've got one. And as far as I'm concerned, from now on, no holds barred.
And you can see the results of Mike Baldwin's desperate measures when classic Coronation Street returns at 6:30 tomorrow. Next tonight on Plus, the story of a notorious international terrorist and the efforts of worldwide intelligence networks to trap him when Frederick Forsyth presents Death Has a Bad Reputation after the break.